Cedric, I'm tougher than off.
That must be tiring. Carrying around all that armor, all that self-loathing. Whatever they have on you.
Welcome back, bitches.
You put that on Cedric, didn't you?
The fuck is this shit, dude?
You think I'm gay? Is that what you're saying?
I love when this happens. These fucking postponed races.
Is that what
I can just watch the dumbest shit before the fucking race restarts.
Screw you. Screw me.
Got Law and Order turned on.
Yeah, I took it like a man. Took what, Eddie? They raped you, didn't they? Is that what happened? Coach said I needed to toughen up. I did. Ever since then,
Racing on a Monday. Glad they had this race started early. I was afraid they were going to do some dumb shit where they would start the race like later. Try to get in that prime time spot, but that's good that they started it at 11 a.m.
how can a judge overturn a verdict? It's called judgment, not a verdict. This looks like a
I don't get to get drunk today, but that's fine. I'll smoke a blunt still, since I don't work till 5, but I don't get to get drunk today. Like I usually do on race day.
Friday Night SmackDown starts at 13th live on USA.
BK's got something new to savor. The fiery menu packed with flavor.
So the red flag came out at 5:41 yesterday. So that means that the red flag, once we get back underway, it'll probably be
Step up, prep up. With
math.
Discovery for Prep is a once daily prescription medicine that helps protect against HIV. It's not for everyone.
Math is hard.
Discovery for Prep has not been studied in people assigned female at birth.
15 hours? No, 17 hours right now, right?
It's right for you. In a 2-year study, 99.7% of people stayed HIV negative.
Yeah, I could just ask
Discovery
ChatGPT.
does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections, so it's important to use safer sex practices and get tested regularly. You must be HIV negative to take Discovery for Prep, so you need
Terrible
to
at
be
math.
tested for HIV immediately before and at least
It used to be a good,
If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu,
What's up, Andy? How you doing?
right away. They may check
8 a.m.
for
for Pacific is kind of crazy. Think about that Daytona race a few years back, where NBC News obituaries. Who died?
Tell your doctor about all the medicines and supplements you take, or if you have kidney or liver.
Who the
problems,
fuck
including
died?
hepatitis. If you have hepatitis B, do not stop taking Discovery.
I have no clue who that is.
Ask your doctor if Discovery for Prep is right for you. Get help paying for Discovery. Learn more at discovery.com.
Upset stomach? Ibirogast. Indigestion?
Yeah, I did just say that. I'll ask ChatGPT.
Ibirogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. 0 zilch. Nada. Podcast. The old goose egg. Pushes 0 sugar added baked beans. Our secret family recipe.
17 hours and 19 minutes is what the red flag will end up being.
My group, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more of those baby back ribs?
I want to be a director now. Let's try a scene where you go get your and action.
And cut. And cut.
Maybe I'll just go get things for everybody. With armor all, a little bit of this
You know Sambucha? Nope.
protects you from a lot of that. Armor all. Less work, more clean.
See, ChatGPT gave me the answer right away.
One thing we know is true, no matter race, gender, ethnicity.
The need to scream when due.
We're calling cancer's a priority.
Indeed. Everyone 45 plus at average risk.
But yeah, so we got 51 laps into the race yesterday of 200. So just past a quarter of the distance, just past 100 miles. Only got to see 26.5 minutes of actual racing yesterday. Better than none, though. Better than nothing. Race will, the cars will roll off pit road at 11, and the plan is to go racing at 11:05 around there. Oh, engines are refired right now. Okay. Are they rolling off pit road? I guess I'll just wait till I fucking see that turn yellow.
Yeah, he missed a few downfield blocks. The coach was riding him, caught him crying in the locker room. He ordered 2 of the older players to toughen him up. He sexually assaulted him with a broom hand.
And he stayed on the team.
Yeah, he wants to go pro.
What's up, Lucas? How you doing?
College football is a small world. I mean, he must have been afraid of what they'd say about him. Leaving a school because of hazing makes you look weak.
They took video of Cedric, which means they probably took video of Eddie as well. Is he willing to testify about all this?
It's not there yet.
But they don't know the names of the guys who did this to him.
Yeah, and according to Eddie, the coach ordered
Mhm.
team up. Nothing happens unless the coach wants it to.
Well, see if they turn on each other. This is a rape thing. This is rape thing.
Yeah, that's some nice footwork. The hell is this? We're working in here.
Not anymore. You're under arrest.
Arrest for what?
Rape.
For that boy? He's as queer as a $9 bill. Whatever he got, he wanted.
No, we're not talking about him. We're talking about Eddie Thorpe.
You can't just come in here and start making accusations.
We're not making Eddie. Eddie is. Stand up.
Eddie, don't you think he's got the balls to testify?
Apparently the engines are refired.
Staring at him?
I know when you first got here. You've spent a few years toughening him up. Let's go, Coach. Take it like a man.
There we go. Oh no, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said you met with the man he beat up at the gay bar and apologized. The DA explained what happened to my nephew,
So the red flag has been lifted after about 17 hours and
I am so sorry.
about 15 minutes.
I keep going over in my head what I could have done differently.
DA also told me that some of those boys at school
Coverage will start at 11 a.m. on USA, so just about 3 minutes. They'll be on the caution laps, and they'll probably be going green just right then. So
It all started with Coach Becker, didn't it? He told him to step off the grid.
What happened after that?
We'll see to it.
Hey, it's okay. Just let it all out.
Oh, I'm leaving.
You feeling more than me?
No. I finally hit a lucky streak. You know what this means?
So the yellow's back out. The cars are rolling. Pace laps are on.
Eddie. Coach took a plea. Spared a trial. I know you risked a lot telling us what happened. You NFL draft in the future, so something you want getting out there now. It's not going to.
I appreciate that. I do.
Fucking hate rain delay coverage. Coverage for Abu Dhabi isn't available. We'll give it a minute because the coverage hasn't even started on here yet. So
Gonna find out, Eddie.
give it a minute, you know. Check it right at 11.
It's just not me being assaulted.
Hamlin is in his pit stall. He will restart at the tail.
I am gay. I think college was bad. Imagine a pro locker room. I just can't spend another 10 years in the closet. I just can't do it.
Okay. Yeah, after all you've been through, that's a big sacrifice.
I'm taking the coward's way out. The big sacrifice would have been to go pro, come out. I'm just not ready for that. Neither is the NFL.
It's 11. Switch over. There we go.
The sun is shining, and it's NASCAR Cup Series
The
racing.
sun, we didn't see that much
Presented by
yesterday.
Golden
We saw it
Corral.
some.
Going to try again. 51 laps were complete yesterday. Let's look back on what happened. Again, qualifying didn't get in, and so the field was set by the metrics. Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick brought the field to the
So we didn't see too much yesterday. We saw Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson battle for the lead. They got together, made contact, and then that allowed Bubba to pass him. And then towards the end of the first stage, we saw Denny Hamlin spun out by himself. It was the wildest shit ever. So he is in his pit box right now, or he was.
Stage 1 complete as Ryan Blaney gets the win, and then Mother Nature interfered. Cars all came to pit road, storms came through, and NASCAR made the decision that they would postpone the race until this morning, and that's why we're seeing them rolling again, and they're about to make that choose decision again.
Racing in the AM. Oh wait, I need the.
There's maybe 8 or 10. Blaney being one of them. You talk about.
I need this.
Lap 48.
There we go.
You see where at lap 50.
It's a 2-day race.
Kind of the start of stage 2. Denny.
2-day race, duh.
Time in his pit box. A little bit of repair to the underwing, trying to seal it up, clean it up, and he's now going to rejoin at the
See,
tail.
Kaznet crashed out on Minecraft. I did not.
There's the 11 right there. Marty, what are you hearing about the 11?
Actually, it was 2 stops for Denny Hamlin. That second one just wrapped up. Chris Gabehart said everybody happy.
I wonder what the crowd looks like for today.
Everybody gave him a thumbs up. So Gabehart,
I feel like there's not much of a crowd.
Before all of this, they made an elaborate plan overnight. They had a labyrinth of toys laid out here to be able to make all those repairs. And that overnight time really helped him. He said the underbody was damaged about 60%.
Kyle's in second place now. My thing reached third.
90% of what it's supposed to be. Not all the way fixed, but way closer for Denny Hamlin with that underbody now with this time here, Parker.
And Marty, that car.
Got some people who came back.
Was in a unique position this race.
All right, the lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green here after over 17 hours.
Decision. Do they go for the stage win and get those crucial points, or pit with the strategy they think would put them in a position to win the race? They pitted because they believe they have a car that can win this race, Dave.
Martin Truex Jr. started 24th. Crew Chief James Small said all we need is track position. They got it through strategy and passing race cars. Truex has a fast Toyota, and he'll restart on the outside of this row.
And again, Truex, a driver who has finished second here 4 times and never has won. And this his final full-time season in the Cup Series, looking for a win here this year.
Rick, the weather's changed. It is dry, but it is windy. Big tailwind down the front stretch. It'll be interesting to see how they.
All right. Green flag is back in the air.
55 laps complete when they get to the line, and 65 to go in stage 2. It's underway from Michigan.
Finally back green.
We see the 22 of Logano jump out of line, get down to the bottom of the racetrack, making it 3 wide going into turn 1.
About 4 wide there at the 4th row. Briscoe in that blue and white car on the outside. He made it 3 wide in the middle of the corner. Big gain for him.
Getting a shove from the 5 of Kyle Larson.
Oh, Chastain to the left rear. Now the 20th Bell to the outside of Larson.
He's got him on either side, and Larson's going the wrong direction. Chase Elliott out in front here at Michigan. And that's Kyle Busch running second. Bubba Wallace is third. Mark Truex Jr. and Briscoe.
Come take the lead. Come take the lead. There you go. Come on.
Battle for the lead between Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott rolled to the outside. 2 wide for first, 2 wide for second. Which lane will prevail?
Martin stays behind Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace behind Chase Elliott.
Come on.
Those two continue side by side for the lead.
He had it for a split second.
Still good. And these cooler temperatures, when we came on board, they were only about a quarter of the way through the corner, and they were already wide open in the gas. Track has tons of grip.
And again, Busch looks to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Elliott.
Come on.
Shorter around the bottom, but you have to put more steering wheel, which I think kind of hurts the top speed. unable to clear him. Fortunately for him, Bubba Wallace pulled in line behind him. He'll have another run. Look how quick the runs come.
Can he complete it this time? He drifts up in front of Elliott, and he does take the lead. 19 seasons, 19 years.
Kyle Busch to the lead. Let's fucking go, boys. It's a good way to start our Monday.
And now this is not a Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta rules package. They do not have reduced horsepower. They do not have high drag. Just the overall speed of this racetrack is allowing this kind of draft to dominate. You see,
Yeah, Denny does have damage after that.
Think about the gate of RCR. We didn't been anywhere.
Says that the car is really loose.
Last week, Austin Dillon led a lot of laps. Kyle Busch leading early today. Chase at RCR, positive.
Chase Briscoe moves up to third. He is definitely the car on the move as Bubba Wallace is going to try to take that spot right back.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Rick, we left off basically where we finished. The racing yesterday was unreal. We weren't sure if that was the weather and the intensity with potential shortened race, but with blue skies and the expectation to run all 200 laps today, the drivers have not really calmed down.
Well, it's a shorter race, right? You got to go now. This is not a 400-mile race any longer. You got to get track position and then keep it.
Here comes Chastain. He's on the inside of the
If I was a driver and I had this situation where the race started and then it got postponed, I don't think I'd be able to sleep that night. Like, I really don't. Like, I usually have a hard time sleeping when that happens as a fan, you know?
Look to the inside of Bubba Wallace.
Last night I slept pretty well,
We've
but
seen several guys get to the bottom of another one. It's very difficult on the bottom. You just can't carry the momentum down the straightaway.
the Lucas Oil car at 2 Mile Tracks is
We
unstoppable.
saw this many times before the race ended yesterday.
To the bottom, is he going to be able to drift up? Just in front of the 19. He's not going to be able to clear the 23 of Wallace.
Drift, slide, steer. I don't know what he was doing, but up the track he was heading.
Come on, Kyle. And we got a fucking, like a 2-car tandem.
And pulling away. They have 1.3 seconds over third right now.
Well, in that lap, they were 3/4 of a second faster. I actually believe
If he wins today, I might cry.
Do what they're doing here, Jeff.
I might fucking
Nose to
cry
tail
if he
down the
wins today.
straightaway, Offset a little bit in the corner to allow the second place car to have that downforce, and then continue to commit to each other. They have a chance to kind of.
I think one thing that's been lost in all of his issues over the past few years is that he still is Kyle Busch. Like,
Bottom of the screen.
he's still one of the best. It's just his fucking cars suck and his luck's even worse.
Going stage 2, a pit stop is required. These
Pit
cars
crew
can run
sucks,
around
car
40,
sucks.
Excuse me, around 50 on fuel. Kind of depends on your pace and if you're in the draft, but 50 is a safe number.
Dave, what about Briscoe? He's been the man on
Yeah,
the
you
move
can probably
today.
watch Larson's on board. You probably could also watch, like, the battle
Rick,
cam.
It was all the way up to 5th from restarting 9th, and this was after a yesterday
Like one of the front
where
stretch
they had a
cameras.
motor miss that they couldn't diagnose, and then it went away. I talked to Crew Chief Richard Boswell about that this morning. He said, it's not an uncommon thing in the garage right now. He said, I know what it is. I don't want to tell you, but we know that it has gone away. And at the start of this race, Briscoe is ready to race. Marty?
Before the green flag, Chris Gabehart told Denny Hamlin the underbody is not perfect, but it's way better than it was before the red flag.
Yeah, Denny
Since
Hamlin's
the
off
green
the
flag,
pace.
How's the car handling for the 11? Listen in.
Action Sentimental is going to be interesting this week.
He did not.
I've been listening to
He
it
was
like
able
every
to
week.
save it, and here's what happened to Denny
Pretty
Hamlin
much
a
at
moment
this
ago.
point.
He's way back in 34th, and as the green flag came out, here is how loose Denny Hamlin was off of turn 2. Look at that. What a save there for Denny Hamlin, Jeff Burton. Yeah, that was a huge save. We talk about how important aerodynamics are. When that underbody gets messed up, it just completely changes the way your car drives. The grip leaves a race car. You cannot be near as aggressive as you once were.
So that 1.3 second gap over third has gone away. Now Martin Truex Jr. right in the picture here, as these are the top 3. Kyle Busch right in front of Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr. So they weren't able to pull away. The guys behind us.
Has Kyle ever won on a Monday?
Together.
Bristol 2018. Bristol 2018 he won on a Monday. Does he won on a Monday any other time?
Outside, he'll try to take second away from Elliott. He does it through turn 2 on the outside. And now we'll see if Martin Truex Jr. has anything for Kyle Busch.
Yeah, even yesterday, Truex liked the outside of the racetrack. Now going to the bottom.
3 champions of the sport fighting for the lead here in Michigan.
Fuck Truex. Fuck you, Truex.
And Martin's going to have it.
Mondays are not for Martin.
Here comes Chase.
Mondays are not for Martin. That is propaganda. That is North Korean propaganda.
End of the front straightaway. The draft, the tailwind, that is rolling.
Into turn 3, Chase Elliott looks to the inside. Gets a little clean air on the nose of that number 9. Martin Truex Jr.
Now he's falling back to third.
The Iowa race where he announced that he would retire from full-time racing. And now out in front at Michigan. Chase Elliott running second. Busch, Wallace, Larson, the top 5.
Jaden's panicking. You gotta let these races play out, Jaden. Gotta let it play out.
Paddleboarding in a RAV4, mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry. You'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Come in today. Ooh, like
Toyota. Let's go places.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America Nascar Rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases.
So this is lap 69.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down.
And it looks like it's gonna be fucking Truex.
Have to work.
Well, the mission will.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America.
Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or
So Martin Truex Jr. is Mr. 69.
Number 1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
Remember? I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get the more buffalo wings?
On second thought, I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your own.
Can we get some more lemon pepper wings in this scene?
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good note.
Have your people call my people.
Watkins Glen has always
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to this race.
A beauty and a beast. A blend of fast.
Sounds like a fucking shit show.
This year, the playoffs come to the Glen.
There is a lot on the line.
A perfect blend of drama and history, of twists and turns, thrills and chills. A perfect racing experience for the whole family. NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Watkins Glen. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
Beautiful night for some football. In front of their home fans, ready to rock. Here are the big guys.
It's the infrequent Monday morning Cup Series racing from Michigan International Raceway as we're in stage 2 after yesterday's race was postponed until this morning. So Truex Jr. out in front, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch has fallen back to 4th, and Kyle Larson running in 5th. Parker, where have you found yourself to show us how fast they're going?
Well, Rick, you might have been able to hear it. I'm down here, sir, when we talk about the high speed of this racetrack.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Where did they do it? Right beside me, right here. I'm telling you, I'm going 200 miles an hour on this racetrack. This is the next best thing. Experiencing the speed of these racetracks. race cars, when they go by, it's a visceral, physical reaction you feel, and the wind that rushes by you is so intense. This is not open to the public, by the way, and I know that because yesterday I came here and I had a cop inform me that I probably shouldn't be standing here. So we probably have to get out here. I might get arrested. If so,
You might get
tell
arrested.
everyone my story. This is awesome. Check it out.
Parker, how much hair product do you have in, by the way? Because your hair isn't moving.
A lot of product. A lot.
A lot of product.
As we mentioned, 205 miles an hour, and Parker and Hart.
I could watch that all day.
There is literally a feet away from those cars as they rocket through turn one. Dave.
Look at the
Less
24
Sam in his
of
nose?
William
Why my
Byron go
nose?
From 25th all the way up to 7th. He's worked his way through a labyrinth of cars to get up to this position. I talked to Rowe. That was close right there. Off the bumper of Ross Chastain. He said the car was a little bit tight early, but they adjusted on it, and they adjusted on it very well.
It was close because they had caught the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek, who was way off the pace. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong
Kevin
with the
Durant was
42.
gifted a Texas Longhorn championship belt.
The 42 had some rear damage, got into the wall, and yeah, everybody trying to make space.
24 barely edging in front of the one. It was close.
That's close in like race traffic. Forget 190 miles an hour at quarter exit. That's asking for favors. That's what that is. Chastain's like, okay, we made that work. We're not gonna do that again.
Listen in to William Byron.
You're not sure what the 42 is doing? I think he wonders the same thing. Parks and rhythm here.
Did my nose sneeze? I don't even remember sneezing.
John Hunter Nemechek does have some toe link damage. Yes,
I kind of
for
want to
some
sneeze.
contact, so
Sneezing is
waiting for a
fun.
caution to be able to make that adjustment and make that fix on the
Unless you're gonna do it
42.
too much.
That's why he's so slow right now.
That's frustrating for the 42. I know that they're looking for some improvement out of Legacy. Big news out of Legacy. John Hunter Nemechek's teammate, Eric Jones, signed to a contract extension. Kind of a Michigan guy. He hopes to be the first Michigan-born winner. He's running 23rd. John Hunter 35th. So not quite the day I think Legacy was hoping for so far in Michigan. Yeah, at these speeds, when you have a problem with your car, it's big, big trouble. We saw the 4-car Barry yesterday. He was just loose, and he got lapped in just a few laps. Not a track with these speeds, and you don't want everything just right. How about Blaney? We talked about Byron up to 7th. Blaney also kind of moving back up. Remember, these are cars. Blaney's now up to 12th. They only have about 4 lap pressure tires. They chose to kind of run the strategy a little different for that finish of stage 1 and recovering.
Let's take a look at the Toyota driver update as we talk about moving. Mark Truex Jr. up front. Bubba Wallace running 3rd. Seabell is 6th. Tyler Reddick 14th. And Ty Gibbs running back there in 19th.
And Ty Gibbs, he's also one of those guys that pitted. He's picked up 11 spots since a restart. So they are good cars, Steve, so it's hard to know, but it does appear that tires matter here this weekend, which is great, right? Well, you know, we want strategy to matter. Fuel mileage should be important when you pit. But we also love the idea that you can put 4 fresh Goodyear tires on and have an advantage. Now, I also don't want it to be so huge that everyone comes every time. That throws strategy out the window as well. What we're seeing here, I think, is a pretty comfortable mix.
There's Tyler Reddick, and that McDonald's car is making the pass on Chase Briscoe. So Reddick is up to 13th. Briscoe has fallen back to 14th now.
Yeah, remember the speed that Briscoe had when we started this race? He was flying to the front, and that has changed. Now he's backing up, and that also is an indication that tires do matter. If your car doesn't drive well, and you're using those tires, you can hurt them, and it's going to make you go slower later in the run. Marty.
Well, Jeff, we talk about drivers going forward. How about one going backwards? Tyler Reddick restarted 6th when the green came out today. He is back in 13th. Just chatted with Billy Scott a moment ago, and he said the car is just a little bit free. It's not really handling that bad, but he got bogged down so much on the restart by choosing the bottom lane on the restart day. That's what really hurt Tyler Reddick. Lost a ton of spots on that restart.
Kyle Busch has gone backwards after leading 8 laps. That car is just too free for too long going into.
Oh yeah, trouble for Syndic.
Now, interestingly, there is a huge tailwind.
Syndic has an issue.
Heading into turn number 1, it couldn't move Parker's hair anymore, but it is a big, big tailwind.
looks as though the two made contact with the wall coming out of turn 4. Very slow through the front stretch. Take a
Yeah,
look.
Red Sox Astros tonight. I will not be alive for that.
47 Sithouse drives in the corner, tries to slide him, and around the car goes, and he just ran out of racetrack trying to save it.
Slide job gone wrong for Austin Cindric. He was running 17.
And at these speeds, any bodywork damage, underbody damage, it's multiplied, right? You might be able to get away with it. You see a big shove by Ty Gibbs, increase that corner entry speed, but 47 had a front row seat for that too, Parker.
Right, Steve, and this is what we talked about with these drivers saying about these cars here. They're edgy, right? I talked to Austin Cindric about that exact situation. He said if you're going to make a pass, you got to take a lot of risks to the bottom, but he said there's a lot of risk in doing it, and I think you saw it right there, Jeff. These cars are just so edgy. When they start to go, they go quickly, like you saw for Austin.
It's a sprint here on Monday at Michigan International Speedway. Martin Truex Jr. out in front of the field.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Well, the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America.
Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
Tell me about this hunter. Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
There's a man going round taking names, and he decides who to free and who to claim.
Who's next?
When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
Rated R. Watch the full trailer online now.
IHOP. $5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP for a limited time, or free with a select combo purchase. Only at IHOP.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I wouldn't think about my hair thinning.
I had under my hat for a good 3 years.
I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication.
Losing your sex drive feels very shameful.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, there was new growth.
My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com/men.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,200 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases.
Bubba's pitting.
The best mattress brands under one roof. Ashley has you and your sleep covered. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Here comes Saturday night. Larson Pitts.
Three flag stops underway here at Michigan in stage 2. Tyler Reddick leading. They had to wait a long time on fuel. Parker, his teammate, also came in. Bubba Wallace.
Here's
as well.
Larson.
Now comes down pit road. Kyle Larson said just losing grip throughout the run compared to the other cars around him. You see the adjustment for that for Kyle Larson.
And as Marty pointed out, it wouldn't surprise me. There you go. If you have to wait a little bit on gas, burn more gas. You can put about 13, 14 gallons in over tires. If you burn more than that, you have to wait on fuel. Parker, the 9 of Chase Elliott, now on pit road.
Right, his car just building a little three for the
I look fucking insane, dude. I need a fucking haircut. I actually look fucking crazy.
Had to bite the bullet at some point. That's what they're doing here. 4 Goodyear tires and an air pressure adjustment for Chase Elliott, the 9 car.
I don't think these cars are completely out of fuel. I think they're coming now because the stop is a little bit more manageable on time. Plus, this morning they probably had an engine warm-up.
Chase Pitts.
So that even burns a little bit more fuel, probably a little on the conservative side. But when you know you have to pit, you know, you don't want to run yourself out at a place like Michigan. Remember, this year in 2024 with the rules, that whole reserve system not as accurate as it used to be with some of the rules update. You got to go back to old school calculations, Marty.
Steve, of the rain delay. Yesterday, you could hear Ross Chastain how concerned he was about the handling of his race car. But today, he told the fuel surgeon a moment ago, it's loose, but it's a drivable loose. Don't make the adjustment very big, Parker.
And the 48-ounce moment is also on pit road. Similar sentiments as we hear throughout this field. Loose is the word of the day, I believe. Some of the wind, the tailwinds we have into one effective. It's 4 tires per hit, Marty.
Chris Buescher on pit road, and man,
Your phone is lagging? Well, I can't talk because my stream always lags.
But they did not wait on fuel. We'll see if that helps them out a little bit here and maybe gains them a little bit of track position.
That's a great update by Marty. So the 17 chooses to try to get some track position and not wait on fuel. So they have enough, I'm assuming, to run the next 31 laps of this stage. But now they'll have to put a little bit more fuel in at the end of the stage. I mean, you have to put it in at some point. We'll just have to see. Some of it is where you rejoin the track. These teams have this predictive software. You know where you should rejoin, and maybe they just
Kyle is out in front of Chase.
Traffic. If you see where Buescher rejoined the racetrack, you know,
or no, Kyle hasn't pit yet.
So nice work by the 17 so far. We'll see if it pays out when it cycles through.
The red and
Blaney
white
Gibbs,
Red Sox hat looks cool.
At lap 48, as well as Byron. Byron running 4th, Blaney 6th, Gibbs 7th.
And there's your question about new tires, right? The 9 on him drives by the 8, hand out the window for the 8. You're going to see what green flag pit road entry looks like. The 8 will probably go all the way to the bottom, to the white line. He does. The 20
I had a dream last night.
They'll probably chase each other to pit road.
Where I met Dave O'Brien,
24 right behind him.
the announcer, the play-by-play announcer for the Red Sox.
Again, William Byron, one of the drivers that
And
was on pit
I don't even remember what I said to him.
Later than the others, and he's on pit road, Dave.
Kyle Busch is
Kyle
pitting.
Busch always has a great way of describing things. He says, I have a lot of right rearness in the corner. So the crew will go to work changing tires, for good tires on that, and fuel, and make the adjustment. As for the 24, pretty good and neutral by himself. In the beginning of the run, said William Byron, but late in the run, he said it was a little bit too tight.
13.2.
Fuel, trying to get that Chevrolet full.
Dave made a good comment there, trying to get that Chevrolet full. Steve, do they have to be full, though? You told me they could go 50 miles.
You want to have it full here. I would much rather have it full under green. Even though other cars on the racetrack are 200 miles an hour, you may lose more time on the clock, but normally less positions on the racetrack than if you have to sit in your pit stall under yellow. That extra second, that could be 8 or 10 spots.
They talked about the time difference in tires. Chase Elliott, he has tires, but he's in traffic. He's running 38.10s. Truex is out there on old tires running 38.10. So because of
here
where
comes
he came
Truex.
out, it really wasn't a game to pit early. Here comes Truex.
From 24th to leading this race for 27 laps, Martin Truex brings his Toyota to pit road. He'll get 4 Goodyear tires and fuel in the car. No changes to it. He feels good about the handling, Parker.
His teammate Christopher Bell followed him down onto pit road here. They were really happy in the car yesterday. They had actually tightened up before yesterday. Felt like the track came to them. That played in their hands here a little bit today. As we mentioned, a lot of cars loose. They will do 4 tires. We'll see what they decide to do in terms of fuel. I expect it to be a bit of a wait on the 20 car, waiting on that fuel.
As the 19 leaves pit road, the first car on the racetrack at speed is the 5 of Kyle Larson. He is going to be exiting turn 4, start finish line now, heading into turn 1. I think he's going to go by the 19. You see 19 left side of Kyle Larson. There you go. 19 was the leader of the race. Pre-stops, Kyle Larson over 3 seconds back. Between pit stop, fresher tires, traffic, a lot goes into the recipe. The result, Larson now in front of the 19 on the racetrack.
Steve, you told me the guy who comes in first normally has the advantage, and that's what we saw out of Larson, having that advantage right now.
And it's big at tracks like Darlington, Richmond, where we have a lot of tire fall-off. But Jeff's pointed out, tires have value, but it's not clear on the clock. I really think it's positioning around the racetrack and traffic more than anything.
Ryan Blaney still scored as the race leader. Logano about a second and a half behind him. These drivers still haven't come to pit road, as now we see Logano on pit road.
And these guys all have the opportunity. It'll be interesting to see how much fuel they decide to put in their car and adjustments. I mean, we're talking a lot about track position, but we haven't even reached halfway yet. There's a lot of racing still to go. And with the different weather conditions today, Marty, I'm sure everybody's looking for some changes.
Yeah, and Joey Logano saying his car's a little bit tight in the middle of 1 and 2, but loose off of turn 4, and he's having to wait on the throttle there. He told Paul Wolf, that's what I really feel like I need to 26. So they are going to wait on the fuel here. All agrees with you, Steve. They want to get it completely full here in stage 2 for the 22.
It's so difficult in the new world of NASCAR with this whole fuel. It's not just fuel mileage, it's fuel quantity versus time. Just understand how much fuel every car has on board.
Blaney out in front of Michigan. 24 to go in stage 2.
The thing about favorites is they're only your favorite until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
Introducing the all-new Sonic Smasher. So good, it's about to be your next new favorite.
Yo, I'm not a big fan of change, but I'm willing to try it. I gotta tell people about this.
Yo.
The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live, breathe, eat Sonic.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. During the Labor Day sale, discover statement pieces starting at $499.99. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. No minimum purchase required. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Who will have the edge to push their limits and make it one step closer to the PGA Tour's ultimate prize? The race continues.
Know anything? This is next level.
The best of Paramount Plus and Showtime are on one network. Makes sense. Watch the critically acclaimed collection of originals and films.
Hit the target! Danger close on my command.
They like you. How do you feel? Are you kidding me? We gotta stop stressing and live our lives. That's biblical. Paramount Plus with Showtime. Available now. Order Paramount Plus with Showtime on channel 865 HD.
Just look at these Jeeps. Over 300 vehicles now at Burdick Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Make this the summer of Jeep when you lease a new 24 Compass Limited 4x4. Just $229 a month, 27 months. Over 75 certified pre-owned available too.
Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, Ram, and more. That's why it's time to shop Burdick Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at Drivers Village. See why at BurdickDodgeChryslerJeep.com.
So we are at halfway in the race.
You're watching NASCAR Cup Series racing.
So there's no rain in the forecast, but if it is, it's a
And the car
official.
may be right
You know.
about where the defending series champion wants it to be. At the very end, it got a little bit tight. Crew Chief Jonathan Hassler told me they were trying to adjust to make the car better at the beginning of the run, but they didn't want to kill the end of the run. And so right there at the very end, a little chassis problem for them is not a bad thing. Good run for the 12. He led a bunch of laps right there.
Blaney coming off the pit road, and Ty Gibbs now scored as the race leader. That's important. Ty Gibbs running up front. Ty, one of those drivers that's above the cut line, but points very important for the 54 team.
What will be the lead of the race when the rest of the cycle goes through will be Kyle Larson in the 5 and the 19 of Truex. You see more cars on pit road. The 3 of Austin Dillon, Dave.
On pit road now in that first pit stall in. Had a little trouble with it yesterday. Slid through his pit stall at one point and gave up a lot of track position. That was a good stop there. Dillon's back out with fresh rubber and fuel, Parker.
Ty Gibbs will pick from the lead here. He commented that he felt like the car was loose, but that he liked what it was doing and where it was going for the 54 with Ty Gibbs. They try to make some transition strategy here. You see tires on the right side.
So we've been green for half an hour now.
Here and fill full fuel for Ty Gibbs.
This race had a pretty green flag feel to it yesterday too.
Second all green. They got it full. Larson, Truex again. They'll be running 1 and 2 as soon as Brad Keselowski decides to come to pit road, which looks like right now. So Keselowski will give up the lead, and that will put Larson out in front of Truex. Parker.
Right, Rick, the Michigan native now will take Tim out of the lead here. His home race car is second here.
I'm not watching 27 minutes.
Right now. Telling me that the
telling the team that the car is just too tight in traffic, which is something we hear often with these cars. About
A TikTok cringe compilation.
By yourself, and then how tight can you be in traffic. You see that adjustment right here. It'll be 4 figure tires for them and waiting on fuel for Kozlowski in the 6 car.
Brad Kozlowski pits, that hands it over to these guys, and this right here, 1 car length apart, and they are basically racing for the lead with 17 to go, Marty.
Denny Hamlin finally coming down pit road. Remember, after all those repairs, as the race started to go back green,
Denny's
they
pitting.
had no grip in the 11 car at all. Hamlin said, I'm just really
Where did Denny get
struggling
up to
out here,"
before he pit?
and made no forward progress on the track. They waited a little bit on
Denny
the
Hamlin
fuel.
got up to
They had a
9th
little bit of
before he
fuel
pit,
advantage
but-
over everybody else, and just right side tires for Denny Hamlin.
This battle is so good in the pass. You know, we didn't show you the 5 driving by the 19 because he didn't do it on the racetrack. He did it through the pit cycle. When the pit cycle started, Kyle Larson was 3 seconds back of Martin Truex Jr. as we ride on board with the Toyota front bumper cam. Gives you such a great look at the racetrack at these speeds. But if you look at the comparison, Larson a little better, almost a second with just overall pit road speed. Also, Larson's pit crew is faster. And looking back at both pit stops, I think they were both full. Now, the 5 was definitely on the edgier side. Barely saw the fuel in the hose when they left. The 19 seemed to make sure it was packed full of fuel. But I thought both cars left pit road full of fuel.
15 to go in stage 2. There is a playoff point out there, and a lot of points for Martin Truex Jr., who has yet to win in 2024.
Ready to rise? To the challenge? Above obstacles. Above perceptions. Above it all. If so, we're looking.
At least we got side by side here.
Join us at Toyota Racing.
The Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic automatically responds to snoring, so no more hiding under your pillow, because this system actually detects snoring, then adjusts to help reduce it. Don't miss our biggest sale of the year, with savings up to $700 on select adjustable mattress sets.
I don't even think I took my medicine this morning.
Down the road, and all of a sudden, bang!
I'll do that at the end of the stage.
Crack in our windshield. You know what we can do now, though, right? Go to safelight.com. And we're good to go.
Hey guys, I'll be replacing the windshield for you.
Can we go in there with you?
New cars come with cameras that could control your automatic braking systems.
So yeah, Truex had passed Larson, and then Larson just repassed. Oh, we got trouble. 38.
Get a crack in your windshield, there's only one choice. Safe light repair! Safe light replace!
He's smoking. He has a tire issue.
A message from the Sonic Department.
He got to pit road though.
Your new favorite burger has
My fucking ADHD medicine, Jaden. 'Cause I'm a fucking fucktard.
Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Ally has savings.
Oh, Logano's got a tire issue too. This is actually gonna bring out a caution though.
Because everyone has something they're saving for.
Maybe if it drops debris. Yep, there's debris. Well, it dropped on the apron, so.
For a fancy vacation. Or party supplies.
Oh, there's a tire. That's a caution.
Budget, or even the
Caution.
down payment on your dream home. Our savings buckets help you save for what matters most.
Caution is out for Joey Logano.
Who's up for a little bit of
After about a 35-minute green flag run, Justin Haley's got an issue. Is that? I think that's a tire also. Yep. That's not fucking Haley. I'm fucking stupid.
Who's game for a little fireworks between friends?
It's fucking Allmendinger.
With the playoffs coming.
I always fucking get the 16 car messed up. There's a triple tire issue. Yeah.
Caution is back out at Michigan, and this time it was from 3 different issues. So tire issues for, we saw Gilliland, the 22 of Logano, and then also Allmendinger.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
It all
AJ's
happened
done.
at once. Right rear tires, it looks like on all 3 of them. Jeff, you and I were
Trying to
having a
get going.
conversation. You know, this is a track where you
I think he
use
needs
the
a
rear
push.
air pressure to kind of get the car in a good aero position, let it squish down.
Hook the fucking truck up to the fucking thing!
On tires, if you are questionable on air, going right hard on the racetrack versus pace laps abuses the tire more. It's hard to say exactly, but very coincidental that all 3 happened at once. That, or there's some debris out there that all 3 of them hit. It could have been that as well.
pure speculation until we kind of see what happens through the rest of the race.
Well, it certainly gets everybody's attention. Every crew chief, everybody that makes the decisions on what kind of air pressure to put in tires. You just had green flag.
They're going to use the new thing? What new
that
thing?
abuses the tires. And you had three on this, essentially within 2 laps of each other.
Resistance to the 22 are right along with it.
Okay, so 2 things. Number one, incredible job saving that race car. Where that tire started to have its issue, he was still in the corner. Really good job. It's a good thing it didn't happen 2 seconds before, because he wouldn't have been able to. Then the 16.
The airlifter thing? What?
That thing blows on the straight.
Yep.
All the tires went down after he was sliding it.
You're going to airlift a car?
Remember, the concept
You're going to do the fucking, like, IndyCar thing? Pick up the fucking car?
Really close to flat because they grip better as you run. At these higher speed racetracks, the travel of the car is limited by rules. So you get to a point where the only way you can get the rear diffuser, that thing in the back of the car that makes all that downforce closer to the ground, is literally take air out of the tires and it squishes more like a balloon. Let's listen into the 16.
Sorry, Travis. It's okay. I'm questioning if something was on the track and everybody's running it over. And 2 cars blew it right rear and then we blew it left rear in the same lap. So I'm not sure.
Hook
So
the fucking truck up to the fucking
They
thing.
blew a left rear. That was AJ talking to his crew chief. You know, it's just hard to truly understand what happened to all
Dude,
the cars.
the car is fucked.
Coincidental, Marty. They all have
That's probably more than a coincidence, Steve. In fact, Joey Logano said on the radio, I think our right rear tire might have come off. You can see why he might have thought that, because there is nothing left of the right rear for the 22. That's what came off Joey Logano's car. I just asked Paul Wolf the question that you were asking, Steve. Could it have been low air pressure? And Paul told me, well, we are pretty low. I'll admit that.
Well, I appreciate him showing some of his poker hand. You know, I think, look how close it is. Jeff, we keep talking about the speeds. They're very, very high, but also the field itself is just stacked up with lap time. In certain positions, you know, cars can make good lap time running all the way back in 20th. So everyone looking for that little advantage. Sometimes you can cross the line. I have in my career. I mean, it happens to all of us. It's you know, if this is good, Rick, how do you know a little less won't still be good, right?
Well, I thought you ran.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Simulations for all that.
Well, you
AJ's
do,
car is
but computer
fucked.
simulation, it's hard to simulate green flag pitting. So
Oh, what is
somehow,
this?
They all pitted within 2 laps of each other. So
There
they
you
all
go.
had tire failures very close to each other. I can't tell you the number of times I blew right in front of over.
Yeah, I didn't really
It's not
understand
the
it,
air
though.
pressure, it's not the air pressure. Finally
I
got
saw
the
this, but I
wake
didn't
up.
understand what the fuck
Hurdy,
they were talking about.
Put some air pressure in that thing, and we quit blowing them. So, yeah, air pressure matters.
Well, folks, you can join NASCAR's free rewards program and start earning points that turn into member-only rewards. You can earn every time you check in for a race.
I guess I'll just have
Or
to see it happen for me to understand it.
for free tickets and one-of-a-kind race day experiences. Visit NASCAR.com/fan rewards.
So much like we saw yesterday near the end of stage 1, we have a split. Pit road is open. Cars were just off from pit road on the green, so you can easily stay out here and make it to the finish. Your tires are going to have good grip. You have fuel in the car. What's your priority? Because pitting here does help you towards the end of this stage and into the next stage. And when you look at that playoff bubble with Truex, Wallace, Gibbs, and Chastain currently above, Buescher, Busch, Briscoe below. You know, Busch, Briscoe, Gilliland, I think you're calling the race, you know, to try to win it. But if you're Chastain or Gibbs, you might think points. Let's see what the field is. Split. There you go. Chastain stayed out. Busch stays out with him. Dave.
Truex gives up second position when the day started. James Small's crew chief told me we could not do it on 2 stops. With this pit, they can make it on 1 more stop to split the stage in half, Parker.
Bubba Wallace pit from the 3rd position in the middle of your screen there. This would be 4 tires for him as he was just a little tight inside that race car. That would make a small air pressure adjustment for Bubba Wallace.
Kyle Larson pits from the lead. Cliff Daniels asked him on the radio, so if I put you here and you restart 22nd or so, do you think you can get to the top 5? He said, I think I can get there. Not sure I can get the lead. They did wait just a little bit, so Larson, and it's drag race here. His teammate Chase Elliott shoots around him. Bubba Wallace was on his right side. They lead pit road, but
Bush stays out. Why? We don't
Fugle.
need stage
They gain
points.
5 spots, Rick.
Need to win.
Off of pit road did that 2-tire stop strategy.
Yeah, but maybe.
Caution came out
I don't
for
fucking
the
know.
16 who went around, but there were 3 different
Maybe they're
cars
thinking
that
something we're
had
not.
Issues here for the end of stage 2, and by the way, make sure to check your fantasy lineup. You're watching
88
NASCAR
laps to
Tech
go.
Series from Michigan, presented by Golden Corral.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,200 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. With the best mattress brands under one roof, Ashley has you and your sleep covered. Shop more deals in-store and online.
You know what's crazy?
That this is better than cooking at home. I mean, more affordable than groceries.
Of course. Groceries are expensive.
Thought I was in trouble there for a second.
Oh, you are.
How can a judge overturn a verdict? It's called judgment notwithstanding the verdict.
This looks like a textbook case of acquired sociopathy. Interrogation 101, overcoming resistance through compassion.
Stand still.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg
Your other
movement
phone
to
is lagging
soothe
so
pain
bad.
and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation.
You feel sick?
Call
Why?
now.
There's a pretty good crowd for Monday.
Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by.
Just took them a while to get to their seats, I guess.
Is it the best Coke ever? Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
I've sneezed 10
And
times.
Golden Corral. Endless wings and baby back ribs are on now. At Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. Dave, how about the entry to the pit stall for the 21 of Harrison Burton?
It was a bit challenging this time, Rick. I don't believe he received any contact. Nonetheless, you watch the arrow there on the 21 of Harrison Burton. As he comes in and makes that hard turn to the left, he's also got to stab the brakes and get the car stopped as he goes around the car in front of him. It's spun to his right.
Your nose is
As he comes
dribbling
around,
every
now
second.
watch the pit crew go to work. This is important because this is a very young pit crew. And Steve, I would think you wouldn't want to create these situations for him, but you see him go right to work. You're going to have adversity on pit road. You have to know how to react. And it was good for the young crew to have this situation happen, even if it was a detriment to their track position.
The pit crew did a really nice job staying calm, getting out of the way. But in the end, it's like a -7 or 8 spots. When we talk about track position, it's obvious when you go from 20th to 1st, but it is a constant battle all day. Harrison had done a nice job getting out of the 30s up to like the 21st position. Now he's going to be back to almost 30th again, and those 10 spots on these restarts are huge. Let's listen in exactly what happened to the 21.
You're going to make it. You're going to make it. Turn it in right here, right here, right here. Stop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In the box, in the box. Pit it, pit it, pit it, pit it.
Great job by Jeremy Pollins letting everybody know he was legal and go ahead and pit the car.
Yeah, so one that he had the 19 car behind him, the 24 in front of him, so we had to get around the 19 car, try not to impede him, and that's something that Harrison has had trouble with.
Stayed
Trying to
out.
find a way to get in his pit box,
We'll have to
be
pit
clear,
twice.
not impede the people behind him.
Been working on it, but clearly more work to do.
right now.
All right, going to be 5 to go on the stage. Green flag.
Road under this most recent caution as we see the green flag coming back out with only 5 laps to go in stage 2.
Around 20 laps on tires for the front row, the 1 of the 8 or 9 laps for others. But look at the chaos behind the 5 of Kyle Larson.
Kyle Busch takes the lead.
Trying to make 4 tires work. Ty Gibbs trying to find some points. He's that black car at the top of 3 wide.
Big shove there coming from the 3 of Austin Dillon to Ty Gibbs. Pushes him out and trying to close the gap on Chastain and Busch.
Oh, around goes Larson. Oh, into Bubba. Oh, wow.
Kyle Larson involved in this one.
That's a big crash.
Multiple
cars involved.
Winner in the grass.
Wow, that was a big crash.
Trying to get in the playoffs.
Well, that's the big one, folks.
Look at the damage to the 5 of Larson. Christopher Bell.
Gillen, Bell.
Also involved in this.
Chris Buescher.
You mentioned those points. Buescher fighting to get into the playoffs.
Doesn't look bad. Of course, we can't see the other side. The nose has some damage for sure. The splitter on the left front, that does not look good, Steve.
No, very big damage for these aero conditions. The 5 of Kyle Larson sitting in the grass.
Bubba was my win pick.
His day looks complete. Hard to say from this angle, but definitely damage.
Christopher Bell, he's sitting in the grass also. Big damage.
There's a very good chance this will end the stage.
It will.
As they attend to the drivers, the AMR safety.
So this was a 44-second green flag run.
So this is all the way back to the restart. You see the 5 of Larson, 23.
So Kyle is going to win the stage.
All have new tires. They're trying to make a move towards the front to get these stage points. A big shove gets the 5 to the bottom 3 wide. I like this move so far.
Yeah, just aggressive racing. You can see how aggressive it is all the way through the field. Coming to the stage end, trying to get points, trying to get track position for later in the race. 3 wide.
See some of the energy from yesterday, 8:18 carrying over. Kyle's going to win the stage.
I'm not sure if he just gets loose up the racetrack. 15 slow.
Now, if he can win the race, that'd be awesome.
Just gets loose by himself, spins out, and as he comes up, he really collects.
Damn.
He gets a 23. We didn't see that originally.
Yeah,
but that's a pretty heavy damage to the front of the 23. Another car, Jeff, who is in this bubble conversation.
Yeah, nothing he can do. Larson's just on a slide right now. Now he's in the gas, trying to keep him hitting the wall. Bubba Wallace trying to avoid him. Contact. Gilliland comes in hard.
But Gilliland had gotten sideways too on the lower part of the track. Got into the 20 of Bell, it looked like.
Logano had already had issues. He was racing to try to get the first car lap down.
But this just... So there's no argument about Kyle Larson's skill level. The guy, people make the statement that he's perhaps the best to drive a race car, right, with everything we see him do. And then you take a race car that can run up front with great raw speed, and you put him in these air situations, and his car spins out.
Well, when you're out front, your car drives completely different. And when you get back here, now your car doesn't make near the grip. Denny Hamlin yesterday spun out all by himself, trying to race for the lead. These cars are difficult to drive. And aerodynamically, they're very difficult. Right along, this is a great shot. You can see how aggressive it is. Locking, shoving, hitting. Bubba drives the car in the corner pretty deep. Larson even deeper. Larson in the gas. And now everybody knows he's in trouble. Bubba Wallace was out of the throttle. He saw it coming. But it's nothing you can do. It is a helpless feeling. You could hear Bubba Wallace, the second the 5 car, the right rear stepped out just about 5 inches. Bubba Wallace no longer was committed to the throttle because he knew something was going to happen. Barker. And he's already been on pit road. Goody Barker doing a great job of instructing the team exactly what to do in terms of trying to fix the damage.
I'm going to go get my medicine.
They felt like that was fine, but he definitely has damage in the left front there. You can see that hood had buckled. They were working there in that left front fender, and then there's sort of a hole in the left side door area they're trying to tape up. They went back around to stay on the lead lap here. They'll come back around and go on to pit road again to continue to fix this damage once they get caught up.
Just potential massive playoff implications from that wreck. Bubba Wallace, also Ross Chastain, and how about the decision by Phil Surgeon to not pit there for Ross Chastain. They're sitting in second. Obviously 2 to go here in the stage. Looks like they will collect 9 stage points. That could be critical. And meanwhile, for Chris Buescher, he was involved in that as well. He also a cut line driver. They've been focused on the left front. They also, Steve, felt like there was some damage on the right rear of the 17. Overall, not bad. It will not be ideal, but at least they are not out of the race.
That allows them to continue to try to score points. Let's ride on board with Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher, he got 6 stage points in the first stage for finishing 5th. Bubba Wallace got 7 for finishing 4th. But they will not get any in this one. Chastain, he got 1 point in the first stage. He's going to get 9 in this one. And Ty Gibbs, don't count Ty Gibbs out. Remember, he's in this battle also. He's going to finish 3rd in this stage.
Buescher and Wallace, even though involved in this incident, they have remained on the lead lap. So that's big also as far as gaining points.
The question that the teams have and we have is how much damage. We saw what happened to Denny Hamlin when the underbody of his car got damaged. He was exceptionally slow. They've continued to work on it, trying to make it better. At these high speeds, it is more of a penalty when you have damage. When you have this kind of damage, Steve, you want to be at Martinsville, you want to be at Richmond, you want to be somewhere like that. You don't want to be here where aerodynamics matter so much.
Well, you can instantly see. It's hard to tell the damage to 23, but look at the left side right here. Look at that hood vent, not sealed up. The big gap between kind of the louvers and the hood itself. That right there doesn't, you think, oh, what's the big deal? How much of a difference that can make? But that completely changes the underbody pressure of these cars. And you see they're going to try to tape it down the best they can, but this is definitely a hurt 23 car.
There you go.
22, I think his day is over. Between the flat tire being caught in this wreck, they're going to...
He'll back it up. He's got a win already this season, so locked into the playoffs. That bubble, though, is definitely volatile.
Well, and look at the points currently with Busch leading. I mean, we keep talking about the points battle because there is going to be one. With this many races left, in my opinion, we're going to have a points battle there. Somebody's going to get in on points, but throw Kyle Busch in victory lane. And look, I mean, that is like the wrinkle that, Jeff, that's the wrinkle that you and I didn't really experience. Well, most of our points racing was just a math equation. This kind of win in advance changes the finish line or changes the line you're shooting for.
Stage 2 win goes
guy.
Kyle Busch.
Let's go.
That is his first stage win
guy was
of
left
the year,
outside.
and the first for RCR and the team.
Pretty wet.
So looking for bright spots.
Pretty wet now.
Well, there's one for Kyle Busch as he wins stage 2, but a chaotic finish.
I felt bad, so I gave him a piece of chicken.
Multiple cars involved.
I think he really did enjoy that. So pretty sure he's not mad about being left outside now.
With so much great entertainment out there,
First stage win of 2024.
wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want?
Comes at Michigan on a Monday.
My favorites. Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,200 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. With the best mattress brands under one roof, Ashley has you and your sleep covered. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Ally has savings buckets to help you save for anything you want to buy. Because everyone has something they're saving for. Like that new car. Or a fancy vacation. Or party supplies. Your delivery budget. Or even the down payment on your dream home. Our savings buckets help you save for what matters most to you. Tell me about this hunter. Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
There's a man going around taking names, and he decides who to fruit and who to slay.
Who's next?
When the man comes around.
comes, all right? Rated R. Watch the full trailer online now.
Oh my god, I want to be an actor. So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more buffalo wings? On second thought, I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your own.
Can we get some more lemon pepper wings in this scene?
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good night.
Have your people call my people.
The old course at St. Andrews. For many, the greatest place to experience where the game first started. But for a select few, it'll be the greatest place to show where the game is going. As the world looks to the last major of the year. The AIG Women's Open on NBC and Peacock. Part of the greatest summer of golf.
You can represent your favorite driver and take advantage of amazing deals at the Nascar shop. Check out the greatest selection. They have t-shirts, die caps, much more. Visit NASCAR.com/shop. 2 stages complete in the Firekeepers Casino 400 from Michigan International Speedway. And now pit road will be open.
Really? Kyle didn't pit?
Start to see any takers, and looks as though the one of
Ross pitted.
is coming in front of you, Marty.
Kyle didn't
They
pit.
did last at lap 88, but they got those 9 critical stage points. Ross Chastain told Phil Surgeon a moment ago, we're making gains on corner exit, but I need just a little bit more security right there. But we are definitely
So it
closer
is
than
high
we were
noon now.
today. And a great example right there, waiting on the fuel. They want to make sure they got it completely full.
So as Chastain comes to pit road, Kyle Busch actually stayed out, which is surprising. He will be the leader, but he was last on pit road, lap 91.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes take you out of the moment. Now there's Skyrizi. So you can show up with clearer skin and show it off. With Skyrizi, you can take each step with 90% clearer skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you get moving with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and less joint pain. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about how Skyrizi could help with your skin or joint symptoms. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
It's either a god tier strategy or they're hoping for a caution. If they don't get one, they might be fucked. Yeah.
Raw, tonight at 8, only on USA.
That stage is where dreams come true. We are all rooting for you. Here we go. Welcome to the live show. That was as good as I've ever seen. America is gonna love you. There's $1 million at stake. Are you ready to choose a champion?
AGT is live. Tuesday and Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
Hey, nice swing, Tom Shanks. What? More like Rory Hackleroy. All right, fellas, just practicing a flash stop. With golf now compete, I can challenge my friends to virtual
Seems to be a high risk, low reward strategy. Yeah. Well,
Okay, I got one. You short game so bad.
maybe they think the reward is bigger than what we think.
Really, Alan? I'm a gopher.
Who knows? Maybe they have.
Get
Maybe
your
they have a
game on
time
now.
machine.
Go now.
Maybe once like every 10 years, a team is gifted a time machine and they can use it once in a race. So they kind of just like looked ahead to this race, like saw that like the caution came out at the perfect time, and this was the perfect strategy for them.
Are difficult here, with the side drafts and all that. I was just trying to, get all I could, and just try to like funnel to the top. And I just moved up, got too close to whoever was outside of me, and sucked myself around, and just bummer. We had an extremely fast car, so hate that I screwed that up for our team and as well as the others out there that got collected in it. So just trying to get what I could, get some stage points, and just lost it.
You've seen this a lot. Why is it so difficult to drive these cars? We've seen so many self-spins at this place.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just a hard tire and
guess what? We have a race in 5 days.
You have a lot of grip until you don't. So just screw that up.
Tough conditions out there, Marty.
Let's chat with Phil Surgeon, who got his driver Ross Chastain 9 stage points. We've been embedded with them in stage 2. So any question there on your decision to stay out there and gain those stage points versus pitting like most everybody else did?
No, I think it was a pretty clear decision for us. The 17, the 23 had gotten a couple more points than we did in the end of stage 1. So we needed a little leverage on them, and we got a lot of racing left. Car's been pretty good today, better than yesterday for sure. So looking forward to it.
Steve, I asked him about playing the game Randall Burnett played by leaving Kyle Busch out a moment ago. He said the stop before, we didn't fill it up like the 8 did, so we couldn't play that. So, yeah, it's a fuel tax at some point, Steve. You got to pay it at some point in the race.
Yeah, you have to, but for the one of Ross Chastain, I think I agree, a lot of racing left. 76 to go. You mentioned the leader, Kyle Busch, last on pit road at 91. We think they could go 50, so you say they got to go 99, but Dave, with enough yellows and saving gas under these cautions, I'm guessing the 8's going to try to stretch it to 1 stop.
I asked Randall Burnett about that, Steve. He said, I don't need any more caution laps. What I need is for Kyle to be conscious of his fuel consumption. I had to do something different, so I left him out there. And when they come to pit road, Steve, you know this, they'll have to stop and, as Marty said, pay that fuel tax. It'll be a long fill for the 8. One more stop as things run right now.
Now he just wants to have a clean restart and use the clean air. The worst thing that can happen is lose the lead and give up the clean air. It's going to make it very difficult.
A little more difficult to save fuel, though, when you're out in front. We'll listen into the
back green.
The one, which is Brandon McReynolds.
Green. Half front and quarter up. Quarter off the out back. 7 coming back your bumper now. Still inside. Way down there. Inside. Inside, very bottom. Still down there. Be checking up a little in the middle. 2 inside. On in front. Still 2 on your bottom. Quarter front. Middle's open. Inside. 1 in, 1 out.
What do you mean you wish we didn't race bi-weekly? We race every week.
Middle.
We race weekly.
Still middle. 1 on your top now, 99 your help. Just here in the 11 and half back. Still up there. Outside.
Brandon McReynolds trying to help be the eyes from above for Ross Chastain. As Byron has gotten in front of Busch, now that's going to help him with fuel. He could draft right behind the 24.
Yeah, it's going to help him with fuel, but he really wanted to try to get out there and stretch the lead, and these cars behind trying to catch up and get there. And you see the 6 of Keselowski, a big move on the 12 of Blaney, and gets away down the straightaway.
Ty Gibbs now to of Kyle Busch up front as these 3 trying to decide this position. Now almost 4 wide as Chase Elliott on the bottom.
You see Ty Gibbs trying to get by Busch for second.
He'll make that pass. So Busch falls back to the 3rd spot.
It's been a struggle for William Byron lately. Gone 9 races without leading a lap. That is a career-long streak. It was good for him to see that.
Up front, and this is when you want to start to see some improvement again. He had such a great start to the 2024 season. Multiple wins early. And then there's been a drought, but with the playoffs only 2 races away, you definitely want to have the momentum building.
The goal for the rest of the field, 72 to go, is to find time to make one final pit stop. You'd like to make it with about 50 to go, I assume.
Kyle Busch, I thought he did a nice job on the start. I don't think his car is great, and also he's on older tires. He did a good job of staying in second. Now, though, they're coming from behind, and all of them have better tires.
You got a teammate with you, though.
Yes.
Dylan right behind him.
You're going to push hard when you get there, nothing in front of him.
As we We see Gibbs has caught up to Byron. Let's see what Ty Gibbs can do with this second place.
One of those drivers we talk a lot about trying to make the playoffs on points. He's thinking, if I win a race, the stress is gone heading to Daytona next week.
Carlick, the gap between the top two. Gibbs peek to the inside to get a little clean air. Kyle Busch now just behind the three of Dillon.
Kyle dropping a bit, yeah.
William Byron will be trying to sweep Daytona as he won the Daytona 500 to start the season. That one coming up next week. The great unknown, but as we mentioned, trying to get some momentum
Daytona's
going for the final two races. Close one here for the 12 of Blaney.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney on the bottom of the racetrack. Slid up in front of Austin Dillon, and big save right there. Got loose. You see, battle for the lead on the bottom right-hand corner. Look at Blaney here. Had to come all the way out of the gas. Dillon, nice job. I'm really impressed with the speed of this 54.
I just love like me saying Daytona is gonna be fun, and then we just like cut to like next week. Something catastrophic happens, like 17 rain delays. You know, I'm like, I'm not having fun.
William Byron came to pit road on 112, lap 112. Gibbs was 102, Keselowski 103. Fastest lap that time was the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., though. He was running back there in 7th. Dave.
Rick, this has been a solid day for Austin Dillon and the 3 group. That's exactly
he was having
what
a good
they
day.
need. You see him running in 8th right here, being challenged by Tyler Reddick for that spot. But remember what the week has been about. It's been about recovering from controversy. Last week, he won the race at Richmond, but in a style which was questioned by many and then penalized by NASCAR. 1 bump and then 2 bumps took him to victory lane. He will keep that victory from Richmond, but it will not propel him into the playoffs. They're going to appeal that decision by NASCAR on Wednesday, and so there's been a lot swirling around this weekend. Justin Alexander, the crew chief, brought the team in this weekend, gave them a good race car for Austin to take and keep at the front of the pack, and they've been running up there all day long. Again, top 10 for Austin. The appeal held on Wednesday, but for now, Michigan in front of them and having a great day.
You see the penalties on the left side there. Austin Dillon not eligible for the playoffs. They were penalized 25 driver owner points. His spotter was suspended for 3 races, and Logano, for what he did on pit road after the race, was fined $50,000. Looking back from the registry on board at the 45.
Oh, another playlist while you added races.
And how you're fine. 1 back,
cool.
2 back, you're driving away.
Dillon running in that 8th spot in front of Reddick.
You mentioned that spotter. That's the voice of Brett Griffin you hear. He's filling in on the 3 car. These restarts are crazy enough.
I'm not a goat, but I fit the
just a
description.
different voice in your head. It's got to be
He is a goat.
little unnerving on these restarts. Any kind of change like that.
Not the goat,
Never know
but
how it's
he's
gonna work. Brett is a very experienced
O
spotter.
goat,
Does a really good
or
job spotting
of goat,
for a little bit of time.
or U-goat, yeah. One of Oot goat, yeah. One of the greatest of all time. Oot goat,
and
yeah.
Gibbs still chasing after Byron up front here in Michigan.
This isn't just a race. For Chevy, this is science at 180 miles
Oot
an hour.
goat.
Physics, AI, and machine learning.
OOTOJOAT. Holy shit! Corey LaJoie is upside down! Oh my god! Holy fucking shit! Oh my god! Holy fucking Jesus Christ! Holy god! Is he alright? No window net down. He is moving around. The window net is down. Holy fucking shit.
But oh, what a wild ride Corey LaJoie just had.
Oh my god. He was just flying through the air. I just didn't even believe what I was seeing.
You see the damage to the roof of the race car.
Oh my god.
Down the window, and I saw he was in the air.
The AMR safety crew through immediately to Corey as he climbs out of that race car.
Wow, that is good to see because holy fuck, he went for a ride. Look at this shit.
Take a look at how he gets upside down.
By Noah, a little bit of contact.
Damn.
With the right front fender, the car turned sideways and just flipped in the air.
Wow.
That is, quite honestly, that's just not acceptable. There's no way that a car, when it turns like that, should get up in the air.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
Millions of dollars and hours
Jesus
of time
Christ.
spent to prevent that from happening. That's going to catch everybody by surprise.
Oh my
Right
God.
there's a slide that gives you a great view of the whole underbody we talk about, the underwing, everything that took people talk about for damage, and then here it catches the grass and a couple pretty violent tumbles. I mean, you said it, Rick. 3,000 pounds. It looks
I wonder if he's gonna have that fucking same thing Ryan Priest had with like his bloody eyes next week. We're gonna see him.
This was early.
Actually,
So
Corey
this
LaJoy
was
would look
the
cool with
racing.
those.
This was the lap before, and you know, obviously drivers upset at each other.
People usually do look cool when they have those.
You know, right here, I just feel like, yeah, he's just turning, right?
My friend Jeter had that one time.
If Noah comes down or not, but either way, this car to get in the air like that is shocking.
And Steve, you've shown us over and over when those flaps open up, that's supposed to help keep these cars on the ground. We saw the flaps open up there, but that thing...
Yeah, honestly, the car isn't that torn up, but he might have just been like, fuck this. I'm done I'm done for the day, you know?
And right here, upside down.
And also, he kind of did have rear damage.
The roof flaps are designed to keep these
Even if
cars
that
on
car
the
wasn't
ground. That car
that
left
fucked up.
the asphalt faster than I have seen.
Yeah, no, it's done. That car is
When it
done.
turns sideways. I mean, look how violent this.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm done for the day.
Wow. You can see right here, he turns to go underneath Noah, and a little bit of contact. Noah really never moved his car. That's just racing. I mean, I don't think anything was on purpose there. Just think he makes contact, and then there, as soon as the car gets sideways, air just lifts the car.
And again, to give you... let's hear from Dave first.
On pit road now is the 8-car Kyle Busch. It was a long discussion between him and the crew. He thought he wanted to stay out. They called him in. He'll pit here and get fuel and 4 good new tires, Marty.
So 62 to go right now, Dave. Obviously, they could not make it to the very end, but making the call here to bring Ross Chastain down pit road. Phil Surgeon made the call. A lot of cars stayed out, Steve. So what do you think about this call for some teams to pit here with 62 to go?
Well, you hate to give up track position, but adding fuel right here would shorten the subsequent green flag pit stop, maybe only 2 tires later in the race.
5 cautions here in Michigan, and the most recent is because the 7 goes up in the air.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
All-you-can-eat riblet, shrimp, and boneless wings are back for just $15.99 at Applebee's.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-stitched
That was fucking
patties made
insane.
to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP for a limited time. Or free with select combo purchase. Now you can get stacks on stacks. At IHOP, we don't just put food on your plate, we put a smile on your plate.
The NFL is coming back with a 1-2 punch. Oh, yeah, we're back at it, baby. Are you ready for kickoff Thursday?
Ravens, Chiefs.
Everything you got.
And we got Friday, too, live from Brazil. Packers, Eagles, only on Peacock. 2 nights, 2 continents. 2 huge matchups to kick off the season. It's too good. Damn good. On NBC and Peacock.
Speed's high here at Michigan, and now we've had a car go upside down. Let's look at another replay. A little bit of contact between the 7 and the 10. The 7 starts to spin like normal, and we freeze it kind of right here. Roof flaps up, hood flaps are both up right here, which normally sets the car back down, not for the 7 to LaJoy instantly in the air, flipping him onto his roof, a big slide on his roof, all the way down to the grass, Jeff. We haven't seen a car flip that quickly by itself in quite some time.
Yeah, it's pretty concerning because normally we see a car flip, there's another car involved, and it can disrupt the air or push the car and help get it launched. But in this case, it really, I know they made contact, but really as far as it flipping, it's a single car event.
So let's take a look at our virtual Toyota car, and let's talk about exactly these safety features and how they should work. I circled them in the replay. The hood flaps.
Yeah, pavement doesn't fix it either. Yeah.
The roof flaps are supposed to lower the speed over the car. The right roof flap, when it opens, it's actually connected to a flap as well down in the diffuser for the underbody. Now, when the car gets straight backwards, this diffuser flap makes a big difference. The goal is to keep the car on the racetrack. But in this 7 situation, obviously it's going to be really looked at because it isn't what happened. So, as we put this car into the kind of wind tunnel and show you what we're looking for, right? When the car spins around, it's the pressure under the hood that opens the hood flaps. It's the airspeed going over the roof that opens the roof flaps. And then right there you see kind of the red glow. All of that should be a higher pressure area on the roof, keeping the car on the racetrack. Obviously, not the case for the 7, Jeff. This will get NASCAR's attention more than perhaps anything. There'll be a lot of questions and a lot of work done after this accident.
Oh, there's been so much time spent on this to prevent it from happening, but, you know, obviously more work to do.
All right, this is riding along with Corey.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Oh. Well. Okay. Only got part of that.
No thanks. Right?
Yeah.
So the one thing is very successful about this, if you look at the structure of the roof, it is intact. You can hardly see that the roof has collapsed at all. And that is a major difference in this car. In the older car, we see some roofs that have collapsed. In this car, it's sitting there almost like nothing happened.
So the 17.
All right, back green.
And back to action here. William Byron in that 24 on the outside line brings it back to green. And now
back green at Michigan.
9 laps remaining.
After some wild shit.
2 and 3 wide all over the racetrack, and what a shot coming out of that third spot as the 9 of Chase Elliott. He takes the lead away. Elliott up front. William Byron and Keselowski running second and third. 48 of Bowman was up there. He's fallen back. Ross Chastain running in that 6th spot right now. Chastain needing a good finish here. You see his name, and he's in the green right now as far as the playoff bubble. And we're hearing from NASCAR and the AMR safety that the 7, Corey LaJoy, has been evaluated and released from the Field Care Center. Great news there.
So we talk about 200 miles an hour. Every one of these drivers drove by that 7 car wrecked on the backstretch, dropped the green, and they go right back to 200 miles an hour like it's normal.
Not normal.
Well, yeah, not normal. I'm trying to find a way to describe it. Not normal is a nice way. I mean, and as fans, I'm a race fan. It just amazes me what these drivers are willing to do as the 9 continues to lead the 6 and the 24. A little bit of a split. Remember, some cars pitted, some cars didn't. The first car off pit road, the one of Chastain back in 8th. Everybody still needs a pit stop still, but they will maybe come at different times now.
You had mentioned earlier, though, about 50 laps, so the earliest might be around 7 laps from now. And now let's hear from Corey LaJoy. He's with Parker.
All right, Rick, you mentioned check release from the infield. Cares if that scary instinct down the backstretch. Flipping, Corey. What occurred between you and the 10 as you went down the backstretch?
That's just about the way the year's gone. You know, we have a good car, and I find a way to flip it upside down. Twice this year we've been upside down, and I haven't been upside down in my whole career. That's just how, fortunately, the year for our 7 teams been. We've had speed, just haven't been able to put together. But the 10 chopped me a couple of times, especially off 2, and I'd had a run, and I don't know, I haven't seen the replay yet if he pulled it off the wall when I was trying to get to his front rear and slow him down. It was a ride, buddy. There's sparks and dirt and all sorts of stuff coming in. I just hate that our Garner truck and Camaro got a little dinged up, and I think we had a top 12, top 10 car today, and I hate we ended up on a roof.
I think I speak for everyone saying we're glad you're okay with that sort of vicious hit that you had there.
Yeah, it's just safe cars. You know, kudos to Nascar for building safe cars. Joy Seaton, shout out to them. You know, belt helmets, everybody that keeps me safe inside the car. Strobe belts. That's a big lick, and I feel like we'll jump back in and think and keep going if they let me, but safe to the end.
What a testament to the safety of these race cars, guys.
Yes, Corey Joy is one of the more safety-conscious drivers in our series. His father started a seat company years ago, and that sparked Corey's interest in safety. He is very active on the safety side of things. He is as educated as any driver on the field about it.
You're talking about two-time Xfinity champion Randy LaJoie.
Yeah, the only thing that really comes to mind that makes this different is with this tremendous kind of wind down the backstretch. They're driving into that headwind, so the car itself, say it's going 190 miles an hour. If that's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, it's seeing 210-mile-an-hour airspeed. So all these safety flaps are about an air crossover speed. Now look, that's not an excuse. Cars should never go in the air. But I know all of those details would be looked into, and I'm sure there'll be adjustments made if needed. You know, the safest place for cars to remain are on the ground. We can't have cars getting airborne. Great to hear Corey LaJoie and hear he's okay.
Rick, outstanding point by Steve a moment ago. In fact, Chris Gabehart made the same point to Denny Hamlin before the green flag. Listen in.
A lot of guys have damage. A lot of guys got their hands full. So I'm going to update you on the wind. Hard gust in your right side door in the middle of 3 and 4. That's where all the calamity is.
So, Jeff, if your crew chief gives you that information, what do you do different behind the wheel? Anything, or is it just helpful to have the knowledge that that's where the wind is blowing?
Oh, there's no question there's things you can do. When you drive into turn 1, that car, it's pushing you down the back straightaway. It's making you go faster, so you actually have to lift a little bit earlier. And aerodynamically, the car is trying to shove you out of the racetrack. It's going to be worse than 1 and 2. And 3 and 4, though, you're driving into a headwind. You can be more aggressive. You got to take advantage of that wind because it'll help your car drive better in turn 3.
Elliott continues to lead in Michigan.
As the leaves turn and the air cools, we remember why we hunt. It's about the stories, the memories, the traditions passed down from generation to generation. And at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we're here to help you make every moment count. Stock up for your next adventure during the Fall Hunting Classic, our biggest sale of the year. Our friendly, knowledgeable outfitters will help you find the right products for your next hunt. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, voted America's best outdoor retailer.
Feel the groove in the all-new Canada. Toyota. Let's go places.
Wendy's has new saucy nugs. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, anything is sauceable! For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases like live streaming.
America is always on the move, moving forward, moving up,
moving home. And whether you are moving across town or across the country, Pods delivers when we say we will, with no surprise costs. Which is why we were voted America's #1 container moving company. Join over 6 million people who have trusted Pods with their move. Book your move today at pods.com.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Everything you love is on Mondays.
Mommy's home.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes in.
The time for talking's over. I'm just getting started, baby.
Welcome to a new era. Mondays have never been hotter. Raw live tonight at 8, only on USA.
Time for pit stops at Michigan International Speedway. William Byron brings a 24 to pit road. He was reminded by his crew chief, hit your marks. The crew chief told the crew, you've got to get this car full. Hilton got 4 Goodyear tires this time, packed the fuel into the cell, and now he's out of here. The first one to take advantage of this pit cycle.
Trying to understand the timing of that whole situation. Byron last on pit road at lap 112. You see the thumbs up from the gas man, so they might have waited a half a second just to make sure it was full, but it's not like he sat there waiting on the fuel for extra amount of time. That's really what this whole wave of pit cycle is going to come down to, assuming we don't have a yellow. That'll upset it all, but if they all cycle under green, how long will everybody's pit stop be? How well can you get on and off pit road?
And Steve, so much is the timing of fuel. So really a 2-tire stop doesn't give you much of an advantage if you're waiting on fuel.
Well, it doesn't matter for the top cars, but if you look at from Busch on back, who has much, less time on their fuel cell, the math may work where 2 tires is an advantage. We'll just have to see how much fuel they think they can get in each situation. And then, Jeff, are 2 tires good enough to hold off a lead?
Yeah, that's the question. I think 2 tires would be great at the front. I just don't know that they're going to be good if you get back in traffic.
Close call for Chase Elliott while Byron was on pit road and right up against the wall. Using all the track, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's what you have to do. I mean, it's just every little bit that you're not in the gas, the car's just not making enough pace. So you actually have to kind of overdrive these cars a little bit. Now, you overdrive them too much to actually go slower, but you got to get every bit of it.
Looking off of the United Rentals onboard of Ryan Preece as Noah Gregson and Eric Jones right there. Dave.
Martin Truex Jr. gives up a top 10 running position to take on at least 2 right side tires. That's what they did last time. They're going to do 4 this time because they do need that fuel cell full. That was a nice stop.
Nice stop by the 19, under 10 seconds. You see on the bottom left, 9.2. So now let's cycle the 19 versus the 24. The 24 is using these new tires, Jeff, to make lap time. It's not as obvious as other racetracks.
Final
Jeff,
pit stops underway.
The 5 came first and ended up cycling to the lead. We'll see if that works as we see the 19 leave pit road. They'll be behind the 24. So now the 2 cars that can make it.
I like the guys who are waiting to pit because if there's overtime, like if he came out just now and there's a lot of overtime,
he gets into this pit cycle
fucked.
as well. Last pit on lap 112, so it should be a fairly longer stop, closer to 10 seconds like we saw for the 19 there, and 4 tires just still a little free in the free flow when he gets in that clean air.
I'm a little surprised more haven't countered the move of the 24 because the lap time and position on the racetrack. Once he gets by the 9, he's going to be able to set sail, only gaining more time on the rest of these leaders. And right here, you got to see the run. He gets on the corner exit. He's able to turn down the hill with those fresh Goodyears. But can he make the pass?
Will he complete the pass? This is to get his lap back. Again, Chase Elliott, the race leader. William Byron trying to get back on the lead lap.
All the way to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get forward momentum. He's going to get alongside Chase Elliott. No, clears it.
So now a caution would be great for William Byron because he would basically stay on the racetrack. Everybody would hit, and he would get the lead because he's back on the lead lap.
I tell you, Steve, we talk a lot about tires this year around this series and last year as well. This is definitely an improvement in tire in Michigan.
Absolutely.
It has some fall off. It's not a ton of fall off, but enough fall off for tires to matter. We like that. We think that makes the racing a little bit better.
When are you going to call your driver to pit road, Steve, now that you've seen the success of the 24?
I'm a little surprised Chase Elliott in the 9 didn't kind of cover what the 24 did. I had the same opinion of Reddick. I thought both of those cars would come. Gibbs, he's in a tough spot because he needs about 10 laps more fuel when he does pit. We'll call that, you figure that's probably about 2 gallons, 2.5 gallons, so maybe a second half, 2 second longer pit stop.
Reddick able to get beside the 9. And now a little side drafting down the back stretch. Again, that's for the lead. Reddick clears him. We'll see if he grips up the racetrack with Tyler Reddick now out in front of the field here at Michigan.
I guess pitting. Brad trying to come behind him. What a job. If Brad got to pit road speed, he had to make up 15 car lengths.
Parker.
What a move by Brad Keselowski. They're gaining on the
That was gas. Okay, he still has to pit.
Last pit around the same lap, so they've had to hit pit.
Probably going to pit soon.
After those caution laps, the 54 Ty Gibbs, he gets to his pit stall first on the left side.
But he still
Just
does
a
need to
touch
pit.
tight. The team was cheering him on as he got to the 9 car there. But when the
I wouldn't be
24
surprised if he
William
pit
Byron came
soon.
up, he lost a lot of ground. They had to hit pit road, and for the similar strategy for Keselowski, he's been just a little tight as well in traffic, waiting on the fuel. Both are away. We'll see how they cycle through here. It looks like Tyler Reddick's hit pit road.
And Chase Elliott also is coming now.
Kyle to the lead.
The top spots. Parker.
And Chase Elliott there is battling for the lead throughout this run. He's just been a touch free, especially in that clean air. You saw him using all the racetrack off at turn 4. That's been a consistent theme for the 9 car today, but they've had speed as well in there. They will be 4 tires here. We'll see what they match up on fuel as we go through the cycle, Marty.
It took Tyler Reddick the entire day, Parker, but he finally has his track position back. Just took the lead from Chase Elliott. Before that, showing the strength of the long line for the 45 car. And they also told him on the radio, we do not have to wait on fuel, but the 9 with a little bit quicker stop than the 45 days.
You can see Ryan Blaney pitted as well. This car was shattering the tires coming off of turn 4. They made an adjustment for that type condition.
And this right here will be the race for the lead when it all cycles around. The 24 of William Byron using those fresh tires early, gaining track position. He'll be in front of the 9. Look at the 19 come. He's also already made his pit stop. He's trying to get the 9 as well. Will he be able to do it? Oh, not quite.
Great job by Chase Elliott to maximize his pace, getting into 3, coming off pit road, Marty.
Denny Hamlin made his way just outside the top 10, has raced his way back up there. The 11 much better. Right side onlys for the 11 as he leaves pit road. So all those that pitted at 138 speeds, they're thinking about coming very soon. If you were one of those crew chiefs, would you consider right sides as well, only?
I think you have to if you're Kyle Busch. If you're the 8 leading this race, and you have to win to make the playoffs, the only chance of winning are 2 tires, getting the lead, and hope it holds on. With 4 tires, you just are not going to keep the lead. You're going to cycle back to 5th, 6th, 7th. Now, maybe you'll be fortunate enough to make it happen on restarts, but we're going to see the 8, what the decision he makes. If I'm the crew chief of the 8, I think I have to take 2 tires and gamble.
Chase Elliott under attack now from the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Also, it's a little shove there from Martin Truex Jr. That puts him up the racetrack, and now the 2 Toyotas go side by side with Reddick and Martin Truex Jr. falling back from Elliott.
And it's really easy to gamble from the TV booth, just for the record, when it comes to pit strategy.
When it doesn't work out, it doesn't look nearly as bad. Reddick able to drive in the corner and clear Truex here.
And remember, these guys are running 18th, 19th, and 20th, but everyone in front of them still has to come to pit road.
And I just think this is the race for the lead. I know the 8 might try that 2 tire and kind of leapfrog them, but I mean, tires do matter. We've seen the 24 pass the 9 on fresh tires. Now the 9 is trying to run the 24 back down.
The key would be if Busch can put tires on.
You need the fastest 2 tire stop ever.
Run enough laps on their tires to start slowing down a little bit. That's what he has to hope for.
Marty.
Remember, Chris Buescher was in that accident a little bit earlier. Scott Graves said the left front part of the splitter is not great, so they've been dealing with that. A little bit too free for Buescher. I asked Scott Graves, would you consider 2? He said, yes, I would consider it, but he's going to go with 4 here among those that pitted at 138. What's Kyle Busch going to do, Dave?
He was told, don't slide the tires, Marty. They're going to do 2 right side tires, so the veteran comes in, parks the 8 car right where he needs to, and they're going to put fuel in this race car in just a few right-side tires. Interestingly, with 34 laps to go, 33 now, it was at this point in the run where Kyle radioed the team and said, okay, right here, like the balance was good, so that's a good place for them to be.
Now the two-tire call has been made. Will it give him the necessary track position? Leaders off turn 4.
3.8. I don't think that's accurate.
I don't see any way the 8 blends in front of him. He has.
Wonder what the actual time was.
But he has to get up to speed. I just think he's going to be overtaken on the backstretch. He's slipping and sliding on the apron, trying to get that power down, Jeff.
He knows they're coming. He's going to be looking in the mirror. I think
yeah, he's got it.
Be a potential
There you
block
go.
into turn 3, but he's going to drive into turn 3.
3.8 is not true.
He does not have to lift because he doesn't have the pace. It's going to.
Did that actually? Was that actually 3.8?
It's going to start to equal out. Now the question is, are 2 tires good enough to keep this lead?
He's in front of that 24, but it's closing the gap.
How about the 24 driving off the front of the 9 as soon as he saw the toe? Oh, there you have it.
Block him. There you go. Look, what a great job. He timed it perfectly. He waited as long as he could so that he could have
Hold him off.
a little bit later in the race. And he waited. If he had waited one more lap, he would not be in this lead.
So these are not the leaders of the race. Suarez, Hocevar, Stenhouse, Harrison, Burton yet to pit. But this is the race win, assuming we don't have a yellow. Kyle Busch trying to go 20 years in a row, Rick.
19 already, and this is year 20.
Did he actually get 3.8?
Again, Kyle Busch out front. The 24 of William Byron. And remember, he's got that bad wrist. His left wrist at Indy, when he got in the accident, he was sprained a wrist because of the steering wheel snapping. He's got a brace on it this week. And now out in front, looking for one more win. Another win, that would be 64 wins for Kyle Busch if he could finish this one out.
I just can't tell you how impressed I am with
My heart's kind of pounding.
into pit hill. And then everybody executing, right? You have to get on pit road right. You have to have the great pit stop. You have to leave pit road with the right amount of speed. They maximize their entire opportunity here to get it.
He has a mirror full of William
Use the lap traffic.
As the 24 has closed the gap. And remember, Suarez, Hocevar, Stenhouse Jr., Burton, they're all still in front of him. There are 11 cars in front of this group. But again, they all have to pit.
All right, sandworms out of the basement and the furnace has been exercised. Another progressive home
Yeah,
run
race
will
him.
fully protect
Race
the
him for
Korean
second. Race him for second. There you go.
Ruckus, huh? Jamie, don't say his name.
No, but actually race him for second. Like waste some time. You know, fuck. All right, well, you didn't waste much
in
time.
between, does that restart it?
Don't overthink it.
Or what if I broke it
Waste
into 2
time.
parts? Like someone said, what's your favorite bug? Beetle.
There you
What's
go.
your favorite morning beverage? Juice.
There you go. There you go.
You're welcome.
Beetlejuice in theater September 6th. If this is your idea
Yeah.
of dirty life, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
The thing about favorites is they're only your favorite until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
Introducing the all-new Sonic Smasher. So good, it's about to be your next new
Be
favorite.
Kyle Busch. Just be Kyle Busch.
I'm not a big fan of change, but I'm willing to try it. I gotta tell people about this.
Yo.
The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Come on. Hold
Ally
him
has
off.
savings buckets to help you save for anything you want to buy. 'Cause
Hold 'em
everyone
off.
has something they're saving for. Like that new car. Or a fancy vacation. Or party supplies.
Hold him off.
Your delivery budget. Or even the down
No.
payment for your dream home. Our
Okay.
savings buckets help you
No.
save for what matters most to you.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking
Nice.
for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series from Michigan, presented by Golden Corral. And now another run by the 45 of Tyler Reddick. Kyle Busch trying to hold him off. This is for the lead, but it could be for the win. The cars in front of Kyle Busch all have to come to pit road still.
Yeah, Hocevar leads, and 99 of Swerves has pitted. Stenhouse,
I keep forgetting they're not actually in the lead yet.
Must pit. They're hoping for a yellow. Remember, they're leading the race at yellow. They'll be able to pit and not lose that lap, improve their position.
So Tyler Reddick's been running a little bit higher than Kyle
No.
Busch. This time he goes to the bottom.
No.
Can he clear him right here? I don't think he's going to clear him. Kyle Busch is going to get right to
God
his
damn
right
it.
side. No, he does clear him.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Nope, not yet.
There you go.
All right, so Kyle Busch.
There you go. Come on.
He's got to carry enough speed here to keep Reddick from sliding. Reddick's going to drive in the corner deep,
Damn.
go up the racetrack. Kyle Busch going to try to turn underneath him. He just does not have enough car to do it.
Not enough car, not
Damn.
enough tire. Remember that 8 is on 2 tires. That was the only call to even be in this position. I loved the call, but it's not going to work out. Now the question is, does anyone else on 4 tires have enough car to run Reddick down?
Here comes the 24 of William Byron. He gets to the inside of that 8. Will he also clear him? He does.
Damn.
And that's big, right? He didn't waste another straightaway or another set of corners. The problem for Reddick with this aero setup is even though he's a little better than the 24 uses the draft to stay close. You can't really shake him. You're going to be a pest back there for the next 24 laps.
Well, Reddick also, think about the number of times Tyler Reddick has had a chance to win races this year, and it hasn't worked out. He's expressed his frustration, been very vocal about it.
Ain't over. Race ain't over.
You see a lot of racing left to go here.
Sorry about that, Jeff. I was just going to say on the pylon, you see the cars come to pit road. Hocevar, Priest, that leaves the lead now to Stenhouse Jr., Harrison, Burton, Jones, Barry, Hemrick, Ware, and McDowell, the top 7.
And we'll go to Parker.
As you see Ty Gibbs going underneath Chase Elliott here. I think this has been a very impressive day for this 54 team. They came to this race plus 18 above the cut line. And in both instances, in both stage 1 and stage 2, they elected to do the strategy that put them in a position to get stage points. And then it fell in their hands when we had that crash in the start of stage 3, that some of the competitors they had in the cut line were involved in those incidents. And now they find themselves fighting for a top 5 most likely here late in this race. I think this was a well-executed race by Chris Gale and well-executed by that driver Ty Gibbs in there if they try to fight to be in these playoffs this year.
And again, a good points day for Mark Truex Jr. and Gibbs. Without a new winner, there would be 2 drivers that would be guaranteed on points. Take a look at this, though. Ross Chastain right through the middle. Goes by Bubba Wallace. AJ Allmendinger on the bottom. It's been great racing here at Michigan.
I've been broken so many times.
Started yesterday. Great racing until it rained. And
I've been broke so many times, I don't know how to feel.
He is leading here at Michigan.
And for those drivers, I assume they're going to come in, just take right sides and just enough fuel to get to the finish of the race. I can make an argument maybe 4 tires.
Jaden catches me as somebody who listens to Rod Wave.
Depends on where you think you're going to blend back on the racetrack. That's a nice sight for Harrison. No one out in front, a little bit of clean air.
With Harrison, his future still undecided. You know that he won't be back with the 21 team next year, so he'll be looking for a ride.
Reddick is just running the best lap times of anyone on the racetrack.
And remember, Tyler Reddick, he is in a tight battle to win this regular season championship. Larson's one of those guys that's in it. Also, Larson is out. He wrecked earlier.
Yeah, with this finish, this is going to put Tyler Reddick up front as far as that regular season championship. You see this getting even tighter here as Martin Truex Jr. went to the inside, but the 9 of Chase Elliott's going to get by him.
Thought Truex was going to clear the 54. I think the 19 has a really good race car. He's just can't quite get by these guys.
Yep. Still gonna be a good finish though,
Reddick
hopefully.
Up front, though, has really stretched it out. I mean, Reddick is now about a second in front of Byron.
And now there's only 3 cars in front of Reddick. Harrison Burton, Josh Berry, And Michael McDowell, they still have to come to pit road. Parker.
Guys, as we see Chase Elliott continue to fall back here and start to struggle, this has been one of the concerns for this race team, as they are also in the battle for that regular season championship, that really tight battle between them, Larson, and Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Right now, as he tries to fend off Keselowski, they just told me earlier yesterday that really the long-run pace of their race cars has been concerning for them. It's something they've had to work on. And right now, as we get into the later stages run, you're starting to see that 9 falter. He was running.
Good finish, don't matter. Yeah, you're right.
We've seen the only other driver that high that I've seen was Tyler Reddick. It's just not working for Chase Elliott, not able to extract the speed out of that race car as we get later in this run right now.
The stage points definitely are going to come into play as far as regular season standings and championship. Chase Elliott in this race got 9 stage points, and that is why right now he has the advantage over Tyler Reddick in the regular season fight.
Harrison Burton leading. You see the speed go down for the driver of the 21. He'll come to pit road, handing the lead over to Josh Berry.
And Berry will be the only one still out on the racetrack that has not come to pit road yet in front of Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, the Sunoco camera on board the 21. Appreciate those shots all day long.
Appreciate the 21 team letting us join their team. And a good ride with Harrison. There's Tyler Reddick. He's 8.6 seconds behind Josh Berry. But ultimately, Josh Berry came to pit road on lap 139. He won't have enough fuel to get all the way to the end.
No, but if a caution came out right now, Josh Berry would pit, and I don't expect Reddick to pit, but half the field would, because they think tires matter. So that would give Josh Berry instantly better track position, maybe 15th or 16th, really changing the course of their day. That's what Rodney Childers is thinking. Just continuing to crew chief, try to find the best finish for your race car.
The gap now between Reddick and William Byron is about 2 seconds between those two. Right now they're running second and third, but ultimately when Berry leaves the racetrack for his pit stop, they'll be running 1-2.
We talked a lot about, you know, aerodynamics and pit strategy and fuel and all of that, but Reddick just went up and has taken control of this race, Marty. When it mattered, he drove by all the contenders and now controls.
And remember, the restart of the race today, you see the bottom of the battle of your screen between Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski. He lost all that track position. This long run speed has been so key for the 45 team today. And Jeff, you mentioned the frustration lately. Think about all the close calls and almost wins for Tyler Reddick. Second at Nashville, second at Chicago, second at Indy. We thought he was second at Richmond until everything got changed with that late wreck. He finished third, though.
This race restarted at 11, like 03.
Of the season for Tyler Reddick. At win number 1, the boss, Michael Jordan, was in the house. But Michael was here yesterday.
Race started yesterday at
because it rained out. Maybe MJ should have stayed, because it looks like his driver in 14 laps might collect another win.
Maybe it just counts when he's there for the start. Because he was there for the start yesterday.
It's like driver points. You got to start the race.
You just got to start the race.
This would be huge. I mean, we talked about the battle for the regular season championship. Why does that matter? It's points going into the playoffs. If you win that thing, it is a big advantage. You're trying to build as many points as you can going into them.
15 playoff points for winning the regular season. That is equivalent to 3 race wins. So you fill your bucket up with those playoff points, and those carry through each stage of the playoff, the rounds of the playoff. And Josh Berry's going to be on pit road. That means that Tyler Reddick now race leader, and he has 12 laps to go from Michigan.
Rick, if we learned anything at Richmond, it's not over until someone sees the checkered flag.
I thought Austin Dillon had to win this race.
Overtime finish, but remember, he had the race basically in hand with a couple to go. A monster lead, and late yellow changed everything. You know, with 12 to go, it could easily happen here at Michigan as well.
The gap was about the same, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Richmond and what we're seeing right here at Michigan. Now we see Martin Truex Jr. as he clears the 8th of Kyle Busch. And Busch won stage 2. He's running 5th. Is this enough of a positive for Kyle Busch to come away from this race and, I guess, feel like things are going in the right direction for RCR?
Well, I mean, it's enough of a positive to feel better, but it's not enough of a positive to change the course of their season so far. But anytime you run well, we make a lot of the playoffs, and I know Kyle Busch wants to win, but it's going to feel good to compete, to be up here in the mix.
I think that's the key. you know, sitting there racing against Martin Truex Jr., you know, used to be his teammate. Feels like he's as good of a driver, you know, as Martin, and he's just doesn't feel like he's had the car lately, right? And now, sitting here, being able to keep up with him with a tire deficit, that is no question it's positive.
Under 10 laps remaining. It's Reddick out in front. He's got a 2-second advantage over William Byron. Ty Gibbs running in that third position. Martin Truex Jr. is fourth. Kyle Busch fifth. Keselowski, the Michigan-born driver, running sixth. Chase Elliott, Blaney, Hamlin, and Bowman are the top 10. And you see the points. Buescher involved in the incident at the start of stage 3. And he's still 9 points above the cut line now. Bubba Wallace 9 behind him.
So Tyler Reddick, I think we have to. This race isn't over, as you both said, but think about 2311 racing. They're 4 years old, and look who they're competing against: Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, Richard Childress Racing, RFK. I mean, Penske. They are going after the guys that you think are going to win the championships, the guys that some of them have dominated this series. And this is a very, very young team. We talk about Michael Jordan and his presence at the racetrack, but there cannot be enough credit given to Denny Hamlin and what he's done, putting this team together, putting the right people, the right driver. When he heard Tyler Reddick might become available, he was like, that's the next guy. That's the next superstar. I'm going to get him. And he's done what he's needed to, Steve, to build this team.
And the combination has worked. Tyler Reddick has elevated Bubba Wallace, and Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick. Today it doesn't look that way, only because Wallace had that accident. He really just got into somebody else's accident. He's damaged, but that 23 was as good as the 45, and I expected him to be right here in the top 5 if he could have just avoided that issue and not have the damage.
Tyler Reddick out in front here. Yesterday when we talked with Denny Hamlin, he said that 2311 right now is the best two-car team in all of NASCAR. They are doing things that people wouldn't expect. You guys mentioned how young these teams are. As far as 2311, such great success already.
It's been a 35-minute green flag run so far to end the race.
Come in and just done a great job at Joe Gibbs Racing, a great partner to this team as well.
Oh, Truex on the wall.
The 19 slow off turn 4. I can't tell.
Caution. I fucking jinxed it. I literally just jinxed that shit. Fuck Truex.
Under 6 laps to go.
Oh, God. Oh, NASCAR. Oh, NASCAR. Oh, NASCAR. Oh, NASCAR.
Tough for all these guys. You see the kind of the frustration, the disappointment, the hand up in the air. Not sure.
Probably won't be overtime. I'll probably go to green with like 2 to go.
All weekend.
I have to fill up my water.
Looks like to me he got loose. We've seen that a lot today. He chased it up the racetrack and ran out of racetrack. Big hit to the right rear. Not sure that car is not damaged.
Yeah, I think the right rear toe link is going to have damage, though. Right rear tail.
Tyler Reddick has to be scratching his head going, what is going on this season? This is the 5th race already this year where Reddick was leading when a caution came out in the final stage, and he failed to win 4 of those.
Yeah, so now some very difficult decisions. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Come on. Touch the wall. There's a paint on the racetrack. Good grief.
Frustrated with the decision for the yellow. I mean, the 19's contact was pretty severe, but I can see Reddick's point as far as no tires down, no debris on the racetrack. There'll definitely be some question mark on why or if it needed to be a yellow.
Dave?
Nobody in the top 10 pitted longer ago than William Byron, who runs in second. About 5 laps ago, Rudy Fugel, the crew chief, called to his driver and said, I need you to save me a little bit of fuel. They can get to the end, and then Rudy told him that if you were doing the right thing, if this yellow is quick, then we'll be okay.
Well, the decision is, do you pit? Do
Kyle
tires
doesn't pit.
matter?
That's
the
good.
leaders stay out. Someone's going to make the decision. The 19 has damage, but look at all of the leaders deciding to stay on the racetrack. They feel that the heat cycle will add the grip.
So not very many cars inside of the top 15 came to pit road. Mark Truex Jr., McDowell, and Buescher were the only three that were inside the top 15 that came to pit road. Marty.
Yeah, I think Scott Graves thought more would come once Chris Buescher and others came down pit road, but it's a lonely pit road with just a handful of cars here. And once Graves saw that, he said just right side tires only. I only think they added a little bit of fuel, but not much. But yeah, interesting call, Steve.
He's restarting fifth.
Scott Graves to
Two
bring Chris
tires.
Buescher down pit road.
They have
They were
older
restarting
4
deep in the
tires.
field with only a handful of laps left.
But he has the super old
Such
2
a tough
tires.
call. The right answer,
Like other 2 tires,
really
the ones that he
wait
didn't
until you see
change.
what everybody else does. Now for the leaders, I think you have to stay on the racetrack. You can't give up that track position.
There are 25 cars on the lead lap, and I believe Haley will get the free pass, running 26th, 1 lap down. So now, if you're Tyler Reddick, what lane do you choose, Jeff?
Oh, you got to go to the top. I mean, you got to pick the top in Michigan. I don't think there's any choice but to go pick the top. Hope the guy behind you will give you a good push down the front straightaway. And it's about leaving the restart zone. You just have to leave the restart zone with good forward momentum.
Let's take another look at this accident with the 19 really from outside the car and see what it looked like. We were on board with the 19. It just gets loose up into the fence. That's a heavy hit.
Yeah. It hit the... We talk about, we've seen multiple drivers lose control of their cars today, and you know, Truex is a top running car. Larson a top running car. Right. These cars, Hamlin racing for the lead. These cars are not just stuck to the racetrack. They're very difficult to drive.
So we are going to overtime.
You can see it when they overstep their bounds just a little bit, around they go.
You see the word overtime up there in the upper left. And those that felt like they got it completely full of fuel might be a little bit nervous, but these caution laps I think are going to help them a bit.
Well, yeah, except for once you get past the extended distance, they're just more laps, right? Than what you figure. But I think you're right, Rick. I think everybody's going to feel pretty good about it.
After this race, you're watching Premier League.
If you talk about what line you restart, unfortunately, it has more to do, I think, with the people behind you than what you're going to do. If you just don't get that push, man, you got trouble.
Well, as we've been keeping an eye on the cut line, think about what's coming up next with Daytona, and you'll learn all about it if you join Dale Jarrett this Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern on NBC Sports on Sirius XM. That's NASCAR Radio Channel 90. DJ, who has had such great success at Daytona, will be there to talk about not only the Michigan race here, but also the upcoming Daytona race.
One thing to consider also, guys, in this restart is remember some guys stayed out earlier on a restart and had about 25, 35 laps on tires. It did not work.
You're
now,
right.
The new tires are coming right behind them. That's not the case in this situation. However, they still didn't drive well. So who is going to have enough grip to pull this off?
I think we're getting one to go
they
here.
all made the right call because the first guy on tires, and he's all the way back in 15. So, and that's on 2 tires. So I think they had to stay. But if you drive this car on this restart the same way you did when you had new tires on it, it's going to be a mistake. You're going to have overdriven the car. You're not going to be able to stay in lane.
And remember at the beginning of this race, Kyle Larson took the lead by 2 cars being side by side down the backstretch, and he was able to get by from 3rd. Bubba Wallace did it as well. So it's more than just the front 2 cars, Jeff, right? I think 2nd, 3rd, 4th on back is going to have some runs.
Now, back in the field, it's going to be chaos because McDowell in 15th, he is the first car on tires, and he and that whole group, they're going to be going anywhere they can go, 3 wide, 4 wide, in the middle. They're going to be trying to make something happen. So this overtime 3 to go thing, yeah, that might not be the last time we see that because it wouldn't surprise me to see another caution.
The first one with 4 tires is Suarez. He's 18th as far as the restart, so we'll keep an eye on the 99. We saw
Wait, Kyle got no tires that last stop?
in Richmond when he took
Oh, he
advantage
got
of
two.
that. This might be a little different. He's got a lot of cars in front of him here in Michigan.
Yeah, the guy got my eye on his high heels. He's starting right behind Tyler Reddick. Great success in the Xfinity Series. Has had a really good early start to a career, but no wins yet. And he is hungry. Now, he also is racing for a chance to get in the playoffs, and he is not guaranteed by any means. Only 39 points to the good.
He got two? Okay, that's what I thought.
We're about to find out. Again, Tyler Reddick up top. William Byron on the inside. It is overtime, presented by Credit One Bank.
Back green.
Door to door as they're going to enter turn one. Now, a surge out of the 24. A great push from Keselowski.
Fuck.
Keselowski goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Reddick on the outside once again.
Oh!
Reddick
Into the wall, Bowman.
Down the backstretch and looking to fan out behind.
Oh, around goes Ross.
And around goes the one. Ross Chastain spins into the inside wall. Caution comes out.
Caution's out.
No, he never did hit the inside wall. He's still on the gas.
Trying to make sure he doesn't get stuck in that wet grass.
Did you get anything?
It did not look like he hit the inside wall.
That wreck started about 300 yards before it ultimately happened. I mean, they were...
I thought he was going to go upside down, too.
Anyway, something happened, and he's wanting to push. He's saying, hey, push me. He's in trouble here. He cannot get the car rolling. Watch Alex Bowman. This is where it all starts. Alex Bowman loses control of this car. That stacks everybody up. Now look at all this chaos.
Chastain was 11. When he spun around and into the grass, now he was trying to go there.
We heard him in the throttle, right, Steve? And you nailed it. You said he was trying to keep from getting stuck, and it got stuck anyway. And look at this. He is just behind on the steering, could never get caught back up.
And that car tried to lift and actually set back down, which is what we'd love to see with cars spinning. Now we have to see how the field is going to line up. Remember, they'll basically go to the last loop line that all the
When the
cars...
caution came out, and I'm looking at this, and the 24 may have been in front.
Well, it's electronic. It's not cameras at this point because it's about the finish of the race. So we'll see. All right, so the 24 is now the leader of the race, so which meant he led at the last loop they crossed while they were still under green.
And while that was all going on, guys, Chastain did get lapped. He got his car rolling, but the field went by him. He is a lap down.
Looks like the left front is down for Chastain, and Chastain now below the cut line, Marty.
He was desperately asking for a push inside the car over the radio as well. Important to note, Rick, that Ross Chastain was plus 12 when he went for his spin. As you can see, left-hand side of your screen now below the cut line, which is just going to get tighter and tighter, obviously, as we head to Daytona next week.
Only 2 races remain in the regular season with Daytona and Darlington. Those are 2 opportunities to either gain as many points as possible or win and you advance. And again, we still have to remind
Look
you
at that cut line. It's a little better.
For the 3-team on Wednesday, so that will determine if that stands as far as NASCAR's ruling that he is not eligible.
Daytona should be so... Nothing ever happens in the last 10 laps of Daytona. What, I mean...
And a restart is going to happen here. Jeff, you called it. You said you probably haven't seen the last of 3 to go in overtime. We'll see it again. Let's listen into William Byron's radio communications.
I don't know. It can be really close. Depends on how quick they get this cleaned up. William, I don't. Because how dangerous we want to be. Yeah, with you. Either way.
Talking about fuel, that was Rudy Fugle saying, look, it's going to be really close. So we'll have to see what they do. Do they decide to come down pit road? Do they decide to stay out? You see Rudy on top of the pit box. He's looking up pit road like he's calling the 24 in. So hard to give up the lead. I think you just have to run out of gas at this point in the season.
Well, he's locked in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
And, you know, when you're locked in, Steve, you can be a little more of a risk taker.
48 and 3 are on pit road. 48, we saw have some pretty good contact on the outside wall.
Well, the problem is it's more than just a risk for the win. You know, the other thing is they're 205 miles an hour, so as a crew chief, you do feel this obligation to your driver.
Look up
If you think
Kyle
there's no
doesn't.
way you're going to make it, you know, is it fair?
That'd be cool.
To your driver to have him restart on the front of this field on the next time around, coming at 200 miles an hour. Now, William Byron, I'm sure, will sign up for it. That's what he came here to do. But I will tell you that weighs on you. It's more than just can you make it. It's where is your poor driver going to run out of gas?
Brad Keselowski at Indy.
Right.
Remember that? He stayed out forever.
Yeah.
Marty.
While William Byron is worried about fuel, Tyler Reddick is worried about where he should choose. Listen in.
There's no way to drive around them from anywhere else. Don't lose 10 spots. Get tight on the bottom though. Yeah, 24 may also run out of gas at some point, so we don't need to be behind them. We need to be in front of them.
So that was the conversation of whether, Jeff, to choose the top behind the 24 or the bottom. What would you choose if you were Tyler Reddick?
I have to choose wherever the 24 does it. I'm going to go.
I was eating Cheez-Its.
He's low on fuel. Remember, the 24 picked the bottom right there and got by Tyler Reddick. So I don't think that the bottom's horrible. I think the top was the right pick, and that was where I was encouraging him to go. But the bottom worked. So I just think you got to take the front row and then just see what happens.
So now it will be William Byron's choice as far as he'll be first to choose. But you look at the fuel, we're just kind of assuming it's not, we know it's 9 laps difference.
Well, so let's just remind everyone as they come to the choose, we saw this in Indianapolis. You know, if William Byron does have to pit coming back to the green, the line just moves up, and Reddick would become the control car. Currently, Byron front. Now, it's going to be hard to pick from the top. Byron is the control car at the moment. And he's got, whether it's a speedway or a restart, Brad K is Mr. Pusher, in my mind. He's going to get a shove down into turn 1.
Steve, do you worry about the pickups again? You had mentioned it before. They're on the left and right side.
So this car is not as bad. The bottom of the Cup Series actually has a little bit of a V to it. So it's not just a big flat plane like the Xfinity cars were here on Saturday a couple days ago. This one does a much better job of filling up. So it's less of a concern. I mean, it's still a concern, but not as bad.
Morocco doesn't have Cheez-Its.
Well, Brad Keselowski, you know, whenever he comes here, a little extra step, right? He's a Michigan-born driver. It's crazy. There's never been a Michigan-born driver
Don't know if I live there then.
Parker.
Jeff, you know, we talk about home tracks for drivers and how much it would mean to win at these places. Brad has been quoted multiple times as saying that winning here would be as big as winning the Daytona 500. Overtime restart, just try and go get it.
Rochester Hills, just down the road.
Jack Roush, owner of this race car, his facility isn't far down the road either. They always bring a lot of employees out here to this race.
And again, Brad, one of those drivers who's locked into the playoffs.
Alrighty.
Win at Darlington
Here we
earlier
go.
this year. But win at home.
Again, it's going to be a wild race in the front, but it's going to be even more wild in the middle of this pack.
Pace car's off.
We're about to find out as we try overtime for a second time. Byron on
Green
the
flag.
outside, Reddick on the inside. And a big push on that outside line. And now
Oh no!
a big shove as the 6 checked up. That pulled a lot of them back.
No.
Reddick out in front. Gibbs trying to clear for second. He's not going to be able to get by Byron as they go down the backstretch.
There comes Kyle.
Right there when the 6 checked up.
Going 3 wide.
Kyle Busch trying to move up to 4th. Now, William Byron is closed into the back bumper of that 45 as they come up on
Coming to the white flag.
Michigan.
White flag is in the air. One more lap at Michigan.
Reddick out front. Byron, he's going to look to the outside.
Looks like it's going to be Reddick.
3 car lengths separate the top 2 as they go through 2.
Ooh, 9 and 12 are
So on the
slow.
racetrack, the 9 and the 12. They're backing up. Up front. One more set of turns. Reddick with a 3 car length advantage now.
And Tyler Reddick is going to win on a Monday in Michigan.
This time it's in Michigan.
Hell yeah,
Fourth. Got fourth.
And that team is going to start
take fourth.
celebrating. And I'm sure this is going to be a very emotional win for Tyler Reddick, as his mentor, Scott Bloomquist, lost his life in an airplane accident earlier this week. Tyler Reddick, who had his family's dirt late models built in a shop owned by Scott Bloomquist. Now Tyler Reddick has shaken off those second-place finishes that he's been so disappointed with over the last few weeks, and he gets back to victory lane.
Zane Smith, P7, and Carson Osbar, P10, yeah.
We're glad that they stuck around here on a Monday to enjoy it.
I would never miss NASCAR for anything. He disappointed you?
Remember how this Monday started for Tyler Reddick? He restarted the day 6th and fell back to 20th on the first restart of the day. But at the end of the day, delivers Toyota their first Michigan win in 9 years in front of some great fans who hung around on a Monday afternoon. So Tyler, you didn't want the bottom on that final restart. How did you make it work, though?
Just great teammate, fantastic push by Ty Gibbs. So that's what it's all about. The Toyota Racing family tries to take care of each other.
Yeah, let's talk about the role this team is on. You and I talked about it yesterday. Have you ever been, despite the disappointments with the second place finishes, on a roll like this in your career?
It's been a minute. It's been really cool, but I can't help but sit here in victory lane and think of Scott Bloomquist, man. Huge mentor to me, an incredible role model and legend of dirt racing and motorsports.
It's been 9 years since the Toyota Michigan
The
won.
last couple of days have been tough.
I know, like, Ford won, I think, 8
This
straight.
really helps it. And so this win, I think, should go for him and his family, his friends, and all that meant a lot to him.
One of the more emotional weeks for you, Tyler, then, in that regard?
Yeah, it's tough. It's always tough when someone you care about passes away. But my thoughts are with him and his family.
By the way, the boss man, Michael Jordan, was here earlier this year for your win at Talladega. He laughed last night. You couldn't convince him to stay?
Maybe I should have. We had a bad restart going into the night, so I didn't know how it was going to shake out for us in our McDonald's Camry, but we did a really, really good job today and rebounded from that. I think we were one of the last cars in the lead lap to start stage 3, so great effort for us.
All right, Tyler Reddick collects a checkered flag here in Michigan. There's Bo coming in for the celebration with Dad. Tyler Reddick, 23-11 win here at MIS.
That's a great moment.
Tyler Reddick and Bo, they grab the checkered flag. They'll find a fan.
Schedule is what?
That they will
let me post my schedule right now for the week.
Tyler Reddick grabs win number 2 on the season, and it comes here in Michigan. The momentum that he is building as we get close to the playoffs, he is definitely going to be one to watch as the playoffs will kick off 2 races from now. But he will celebrate this one, and we will talk to more of the drivers from here at Michigan. Big win for Tyler Reddick.
Sorry, honey, it's a work thing. Mine's also a work thing. I just need someone to cover my shift.
So is mine. Alan says your business vehicle is now covered with Progressive.
Protected 24/7, just like your home and auto.
Oh, that's great.
So dinner time's just phone time now?
I'm sorry. You know, I heard that ground turkey is the healthiest
Alrighty, y'all.
poultry.
So here's my schedule for next week. I just posted it. Stream schedule. Monday, the resumption of the race, which is live at 10:50. There's nothing else today. Tomorrow, there's nothing. Wednesday, I'll be live for the Red Sox and Astros. I'll be live at 2 p.m. Thursday, there's nothing. Friday night, I'll be live at 7:15 for the Xfinity race at Daytona. Saturday night, I'll be live for the Daytona Cup race, live at 7:15. And then Sunday, I'll be live for the Milwaukee truck race.
Tyler Reddick
So,
has put
yeah.
Bo in the passenger seat, which isn't really a